The Mississippi Athletic Conference has hit the home baseball stretch. Assumption and Davenport Central are two teams battling to stay in the race for the league's top spot. It's MAC Baseball from Assumption High School, here next on MC 22.
From Davenport Assumption, two of the top teams of the MAC Conference square up here as Davenport Assumption plays host to Davenport Central Blue Devils. Alongside Johnny Marks, I'm Zach Mackey, and Johnny, it's two of the top teams of the state.
Yeah, you've got the number 1 team in 3A and number 10 in 4A. Central, one of those teams, make a great run this season, doing tremendous work under Chris Carty. Assumption is same old, same old. They're always where they're supposed to be. Should be a great day.
We take a look at those top players now, and first for Davenport Central.
You know, Nick Fleming's that guy who starts it all for them. If he doesn't have a big day, they're in trouble offensively.
A guy over in the hot corner then for Assumption making his mark.
Yeah, Seth Adrian's one of those guys that 2 home runs, 14 RBIs, big guy in the middle of the order, always somebody you can rely on.
Now let's take a look at our Toyota keys to the game, starting first with the Blue Devils.
You know what? It's move time in the conference. You got to sweep a doubleheader, stay right in the thick of things, and make that statement. You know, all these years, Assumption's always been the team to beat in this league. This is a good day for Davenport Central to make that statement.
And the keys to the game for the top team in Class 3A.
You know what? It always begins on the bump. 199 punch-outs so far this season for as a staff, Division I thrower on the mound in Game 1, and then the small stuff. It always plays big with this club because they are as fundamentally sound, Zach, as anybody in this state.
First pitch coming around the corner, right up here next on MC 22. Beautiful day. Beautiful day from Assumption Ballpark today with that wind blowing just a little bit. That first pitch coming up in just seconds from Assumption Baseball Field on a gorgeous Monday night. At top of the mound, you see it. A guy who is going to be playing Division I baseball, Daniel Powers, gets ready to face the top of the Davenport Central lineup, and Nick Fleming getting started just a couple of minutes early. Davenport Assumption. Powers out of the windup will kick, and first one's going to be swung on into the air, back and foul it will go. First pitch strike.
Started a couple minutes early. I saw Athletic Director Wade King, saw a little weather might be moving in with that wind that's been blowing our way. Want to get a start and get them in.
Two of them going to be coming your way here on MC 22 today. Down and out. Breaking ball's going to miss to even up this count at 1-1. Talked about it, John, already. This ballpark plays big. It's 300 out to center. It's got the big fence out at right, and then with this wind blowing in, it's going to play extra big today.
And don't pay attention to the 275, and you know that, Zach. The ball's got to get up in an angle going out into the wind.
This one just going to miss a little bit low.
Defensively for Gatilla, Levi. Schlichting from left center to right. Wohlers, Wyman, McIntosh, and Adrian third to first. Powers and Wohlers is your battery.
Got a strike in there on the inside part of that play. Got a good defense. They've been solid all the way throughout last season. That was what they were known for. This season they've again brought that defense.
They always pick it up.
High and inside. They're going to keep them here. Home plate umpire Kevin Ferris did not make an attempt to get out of the way, so he'll stay in the box and start this count back up.
Start number 5 for Daniel Powers. 1 and 2 with a 5.25 earned run average. 22 2/3 innings, 30 hits, 17 walks, and 22 punch-outs. He needs to widen out that gap between the walks and strikeouts. He has excellent stuff. It's command right now. It's all there, though.
Davenport Assumption, who's been able to put out some real top-tier arms, will do so again with Powers, who's going to be playing at Kansas State. Take a look at the battery that he's going to face.
Fleming, Kranz, De La Rosa, Wirt, Darlin, Gulich, Hahn, Beetle, and Mitchell. Pretty good group. Lots of over 3 bells, which doesn't happen a lot in this league.
Top hitter right here with just a touch above 400 is going to send this one foul hard out at the top of the order.
The key, though, for Powers is not to fall in love with a breaking ball and a straight change. You have to rely on a fastball that's 83 to 86. Will top out. He'll touch 88, 89. He may stay there a while.
Out of the windup, righty comes on, but this one's popped up. Left side of the infield. Shortstop calling for it, and Kranz is going to get under it. He will make the catch. That's Weinman over there at short to make that catch and retire the first out of the inning.
Got in trouble with the straight change on pitch number 2. Put himself in a bit of a hole with the little slide piece that Fleming turned into and didn't get the hit by pitch, and then won with his fastball. And it's good enough to win. The world doesn't have to see all your pitches.
The leadoff man was able to see quite a few pitches, as the first one's going to be a strike to Kranz. Will Kranz, the shortstop defensively, is hitting .333 at this point of the season. Able to knock in quite a bit of runs, hitting out of the 2-hole. Scored quite a bit, too, trying to get on base here as this count evens. Catches that inside corner for strike 2 now.
Now use that breaking ball. Why do you want to go straight change here?
This one low and in, it's going to miss. Kranz lets it go by and evens up this count.
Head coach Chris Carty back to. That's not Chris Carty.
We'll get him.
Chris Carty's the big dude in the dugout.
As this one's going to be on the third base line. Picked up the throw. Scoop up's not going to be there. And first man's going to be able to reach here for Davenport Central now. They're going to have a runner on a throw that just was off the mark.
Just never got there from Wohlers. Adrian tried to dig it out at first, but the ball just never got there. Nice backhand. Uncharacteristic.
I was going to say, just how it plays out. We've been giving some love to the defense, how good they've been down the stretch, and can't find it in this first inning.
You know how that works with Keys. As soon as we say it goes the opposite.
Working out of the stretch for the first time now, it's going to be Powers as he checks over. Not his best move, just to keep Kranz alive, and he's back safe in time.
I do like the fact that Kranz, with 2 strikes, put a ball in play. There he is, Chris Carty.
Hiding away.
Yep. One of the good guys in the game. One of the good guys in life. That's a nice block.
Jason Weiler is behind the plate. Keeps it in front of him that time. Keep the runner over there at first base.
Jason's father played for me at home. Shows how old I am. Jason Williams, they call him Shorty.
It's the 1-0. Out of the zone, high. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 away. Central trying to draw first blood here from Assumption. Back and foul it goes.
Not a lot of room behind the catcher here. Balls will get out. Not as big as some backstop areas.
Be tough to be able to score from third on a ball that went back to the backstop.
Be tough to catch a pop-up today.
Yeah. Pitch this time, left side, backhanded. It's going to get on the other side of Wyman's glove, out into left, and it'll be the first base hit of today's game. De La Rosa gets himself on, and now Central's got 2 aboard with just 1 away.
Got a ball in her half and just drove it in the 5-6 hole, just out of the reach of the diving Wyman. Central's in business.
Kind of nickel and dime them around so far. Talk about games throughout the season that are big. This is one that if you're Davenport Central, you circle on the calendar the reigning state champ. Assumption that top team in Class 3A right now. Central's really been able to turn this program after going right at 500 a season ago. They're off to a great start this year.
Now, Jay Ryan did a great job for many years. Chris Carty, same kind of a fundamentalist, take care of everything, do things the right way, and let kids take a deep breath and have fun.
First one caught up in the zone. Runners at first and second. Powers trying to get out of a jam here in the first. This misses. Really hasn't had much of a command of that breaking ball. Mainly fastball to try to get himself out of this. It's the 1-1. On the ground again, this time over to short. They got it at second, over to first, the double play. The defense gets Assumption out of it and keeps a 0 in the top half for Central. 0-0 as we see the Assumption bats going to be coming up for the first time then in the bottom of the first inning. One hit for Central, but not enough to be able to score much.
Nice shot by Powers to get a ground ball.
Gorgeous day today from Assumption High School. As Davenport Central will head on out there and we get a look at that defensive lineup.
Hahn, Gugelich, Mitchell left center to right, Beadle, Kranz, De La Rosa, and Darling from third to first. Caleb Evans and Zachary Wirt. Zach Wirt's your catcher.
Caleb Evans is going to be atop of the bump. And
boy, he's good. Start number 8, 4-0. Earned run average of 1.63, 34 and a third innings pitch, 29 hits, 11 walks, and this is what I love to see. It's a nice walk to strikeout ratio, 11 walks, 28 punch-outs. Right-hander Caleb Evans.
2 undefeated pitchers atop of the mound. The Knights are going to send a lineup that is led at the top.
Levi, Wohlers, Gatilla, Adrian, as we talked about, Daniel Powers hitting 318. Donovan Juarez sort of splits time. Has missed a couple weeks. Jeremy McIntosh at 442, Noah Wyman, and Brandon Schlichting rounds out that order that Evans will see.
Coach Billy Argo, Assumption's head coach, has been there for some time, Johnny.
And collected a bunch of state hardware. We talked before the ball game, and it's really no secret. This will probably, there's nothing ever in cement, but this is probably his last year. He'll probably turn the program over to Greg Tisson, his right-hand man. Won't lose a beat, and Billy will actually have 5 minutes to himself somewhere down the road. Great guy, great player, wonderful person, tremendous teacher of the game.
Final throwdowns, and we get ready to see the top of the order then for Assumption. Central had something cooking, but couldn't get it across. Jace Levy, what a great story he is. Just decided to go out.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Football player, and a really good one in the quarterback. And hey, he's hitting over 500. He just an athlete that likes playing the game.
This one's going to be a strike. It goes against a lot of the things you learn that, hey, you're an athlete, but baseball's a little bit different. The swing, trying to get everything. He's thrown right on in there and been able to really swing it, hitting above 500. Leading this Quad City area right now. This one's going to be a ball that misses. 1-1.
If you can hit it, you can hit it. If you can pick it up, you can pick it up. It doesn't matter how many sports you play.
This one's going to be swung on, hard hit over to short. Kranz has got it. He's to first in time. 1 away.
A nice swing, put a barrel on a baseball, but Kranz stayed right there. Big hop, throws a dime.
Hard hit ball on the left side of the field that time.
Whew. Pick it. That's the way it's supposed to be.
1 away as Ryan Wohlers digs in now. 19 RBIs, a 277 average, as he'll swing at the first pitch he sees foul.
Here's another one of those guys that is a pretty good football player who dressed up in a baseball player's uniform. And it's never been priority. He's such a tremendous athlete that he adapts.
Fastball right on through, and this time ahead of the count. 0-2 now is Mitchell.
Evans just grabs it and throws it. I love it.
Into the air, this one. Shallow left side. Shortstop's going to be calling for it. And back-to-back outs now by Will Kranz over there.
Give Evans credit. In the strike zone. Got right in under the hands. Just beat him.
2 away. 3-hole man going to be digging in here. A strike coming in that time.
I would like to take credit for Nick Cotillo's TV tape. I helped him. Yeah.
This one on the ground, right side second base, off the knee and out to center.
That would have been a great play if he makes the backhand and makes the throw.
Diving to his right there to second baseman Aiden De La Rosa. A base hit to the first one coming for Assumption, this time with 2 down. Both teams have been able to get runners on here in the first. Seth Adrian's going to try to get Assumption's first run in this first inning.
Outside.
2 stolen bases. You're right now. Nicoletta. Down and out.
You don't want to run with your 4 guy up at the plate, but you got a 3 guy that runs a little.
This one high and in. Being very selective to the 3-hole man for Assumption. 3 balls, no strikes. Adrian hitting .367. He's slugging at .481. Right now with that .438 on base percentage.
Good at bat.
And this one's going to come inside. Ball 4. 2 men on with 2 down.
Back-to-back innings. Both pitchers, the runners are first and second.
Daniel Powers, the pitcher, trying to help out his own cause here in the first. 318, a guy that's able to play both ways, defensively and offensively. This one up in the zone ball.
Good athlete, basketball player. Great kid.
Out of the stretch, this one comes as a strike. Good pitch of the knees. It's a hard pitch to be able to hit if you're Daniel Powers. Good location.
But you don't know whether to pull the trigger there or not. The ball's right there. Drop barrel on it. See what you have.
Look over to second. Back-to-back pitches now that have found the zone, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Little 2-seamer pitch before with a little run and sink. Then a nice slide piece on the outer half. Now what do? You can go fastball up and under. You don't want to double up.
That's a ball. No pitch.
No pause.
A balk's going to be issued, so runners to second and third now. It was base umpire Dom Umblin who was able to see that one in. Came right on through it. So now 2 men in scoring position here with 2 down. The opportunity's gotten even a little bit bigger for Daniel Powers as this one's fouled up and back. Trying to battle with 2 strikes on him and 2 down.
So on the balk, he threw a fastball. And then on the next pitch, there's a breaking ball. And now Powers. Do you get that? Does he double up here?
Up and out. Breaking ball's going to miss that time. The count 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. 17 pitches thrown. Here for Evans in this very first inning, trying to get out of a jam. This one's going to be smacked out towards left, but into the air. It's Hahn who's got it to retire the side. Both teams getting a couple out there, but couldn't come home with it. We're at zeros after the first. Back for the second inning right after this here on MC22. Back for the second after both teams were able to get a couple of men out there. Couldn't get anything across. We're at zeros as we get back into the second inning. Daniel Powers up there on the mound for Assumption and trying to mow down now the 4-5-6. 5-6 of it, that is part of the Davenport Central lineup.
Spencer Darwin's a big dude.
He is. Athletic frame. digs into the right-handed box, and this one's going to come down low in the zone. Get out of it. Garland, who's been able to hit it throughout this season, a .367 average. Out of the 5-hole, doing his job with 17 RBIs. This one on the ground right side. It's Powers to first in time. Fields it as if a bunt, a swinging bunt of that right side for the first out of the inning.
When we arrived, it was a casual breeze. Now, 15, 20 miles an hour, maybe.
I'll tell you, part of the whole process is trying to keep all our papers down on the ground. It's blowing all around here from Davenport Assumption. The pitch is low. Strike at the knees. Count evens to 1 ball and 1 strike. This one lifted out towards right now. In on it. And Schlichting will get under it to make the catch. 2 down.
Wind will knock everything down. A little tardy on the Powers fastball.
Funny how it can happen after a rough ending of that first. You come out and get 2 real quick outs, just a couple of pitches thrown here in the second. Just missing for a ball. Blue Devils and the Knights both ranked. The latest rankings has come out of Iowa high school baseball. This one up and out. Assumption now at the top spot in Class 3A, while Central is sitting in the top 10, just barely clinging on at 10th. This would be a big win for them to be able to boost them up a little bit. Off the plate outside of the count now, 3 balls, no strikes as Powers tries to set them down in order. He's got 2 away. The 3-0 now inside. Got a piece. It didn't matter anyway, as Josh Hahn has ball 4 and he's off to first.
You know, you talk about a release point, and it's changing, or it's been fluid. It's never one spot for Daniel Powers, which is one of his problems right now. But that's a concentration thing too. 2 outs, as you mentioned, 2 easy, quick outs, and then you can't walk a man with 2 outs. Close your inning.
Bedell hitting .311 right now. Tries to extend this inning a bit further. First pitch strike coming out of the gate. Says
4 straight, and then answered with gas at knees cheese at 85, 86.
Coach Arco saying, where was that?
Yeah, and Beato's going, hey, tip your hat.
It's the 0-1. Breaking ball right there. That's a good looking pitch on the outer third of the plate to move the count to 0-2. After having him 4 straight pitches, this time ahead of the hitter 0-2, they check back over to first, not in time. Safely back in is Josh Hahn. Runner on the move. This one up in the zone. Here's the throw. It's on the mark, not in time.
Nice throw, nice jump. Great throw by Willers.
The same Willers, though, really didn't have a chance in that one. That was about as good as you could do behind the plate. He got a great jump at first. Did Hahn. Throw was right on the money. Not quite in time. This one way up and out. 2-2 now.
Boy, he's really underneath his breaking ball. Up and pushing.
Powers hasn't been quite as successful out of the stretch. The runner at second base. He'll eye in. And comes set with a 2-2 count, 2 away. Right side. Second baseman McIntosh to first in time. They'll get the out to go ahead and retire the side. 1 more left aboard at the top of the second, but no score. Bottom of the second around the corner.
Today's high school baseball doubleheader is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Blackhawk College. Make it happen. Sexton Ford. The talk of the town. Mediacom Extreme. Simple. Powerful.
Couple of guys being able to get on for Assumption. Still no score here from Assumption High School as we take you to the bottom of the second alongside John Marks. I'm Zach Mackey. Some Mac baseball as Evans gets a few more pitches to get warmed up. He threw quite a number in that first inning, but was able to get out of the jam having 2 men in scoring position. Trying to keep that coming along then into the bottom of the second. So the 6, 7, 8 part of this Assumption lineup going to be coming up with Donovan Juarez first. The DH. Seen limited at-bats throughout this season.
He's the guy they needed to get back.
Righty matchup as this one's on the ground. First pitch, a hard bouncer to third. Cross the diamond. In time. Nice play by Connor Bedell to come up on the move to first and get that first one retired.
He did field the ball inside the knee, straight to the body, squared it up, comes and gets it. Boom. Nice play out first.
Davenport Central team that's been able to help out their defensive side of the ball tremendously this year as this one's a shot over De La Rosa's head out to right, and the second base hit of the game for Assumption. They've got one on with one away.
Jeremy McIntosh, nice swing. Comes by that naturally. The whole family can swing the bat.
Back-to-back now Assumption Knights that have swung at that very first pitch. Well, Wyman, the shortstop, digs in.
Got a run here. Something's going to happen.
This one a strike of the inner third to Wyman. Wyman hitting .271 in his sophomore season. One of the underclassmen. There's about 4 sophomores brought up onto this Assumption roster. The pretty junior heavy lineup. This one's going to be a bouncer, slow one out of the stance. Work to first. He got it. 2 down. Two retired.
Nice play. Stay inside. Field the ball. First baseman does his job. He goes inside. Clears and throws.
Brandon Schlichting getting his first opportunity here as Assumption gets ready to turn through their order with Chase Levy standing on deck. First pitch strike. Caleb Evans, who's 4-0 throughout the season this year, and now been able to sit the bottom part of this order for Assumption down. .283 average for Schlichting. Trying to turn this through. Double leadoff man sends this one straight down into the dirt. Another play for Wirtz, and a scoop up out there by Darlin to retire the side. Back-to-back plays coming out of the catcher. Zach Wirtz out of the stance quickly and gets Davenport Central out of the bottom of the second quickly. We go to the third right up next here on MC22. Through 2, no score as we take it to the top of the third. Doubleheader coming your way. Davenport Central and Assumption. This is game 1 of 2. And so far, a couple of guys have been able to get on, just haven't been able to cross against 2 pitchers who are undefeated at this point of the season. We start now at the bottom of the order for Davenport Central in the third. Elijah Mitchell to get this thing started before the top of the order comes back up then for their second time. Chopper this time of the first pitch. Out of the stance goes Willers to first in time. And one up, one down.
Excuse me, Zach. We've seen more bats dragged and balls off the plate. That means both pitchers have a little giddy, a little velocity today.
Say the catchers have more putouts than anybody else on the diamond.
Last 3 plays.
Top of the order down, Nick Fleming, who led this thing off with a fly out over to short, will step in here now for his second at bat.
Ball high.
This one misses up.
High.
Strike that catches this time. Fleming, a junior. A junior dominated lineup for Davenport Central. Young team that was kind of weathering the storm last season to get to years like this and next where they're going to have things rolling a little bit more of a veteran crew as this one runs foul.
And the right guy in Chris Carty to take them to the next level.
Ball and 2 strikes with 1 away.
Maybe a college jersey that fits, huh?
Yeah. Comes untucked right away as they got him swinging this time. And the first strikeout in today's game from either pitcher comes here now to sit down the leadoff man Fleming.
That's planned. It's supposed to come out and then tuck it in and throw a breaking ball.
Give yourself a little time.
Give yourself a little time. And that's a good 12-6 hammer right there. That's what he's looking for. That grip, that spin rate.
Down swinger for the second out, and
Got him.
Kranz, it got him in the arm. Well, he reached on an error back at the first. He's going to get another free base coming this time. He's off to first with a hit by pitch.
Just breezed it.
And it keeps the streak alive. Runners being able to advance in every single inning thus far.
I'm sorry, Zach. You see the ball just change direction ever so slightly. Catch the nick of the elbow.
Dotted out ball.
Of course, most baseball players will play that nick into an Academy Award.
I'd say that looks a lot easier than when you take one straight to the back or some of those others.
Oh, they hurt.
The 1-0. On the ground again, this time over to short. A little flip in time to retire the lead runner and get Assumption out of the top of the third. Bottom of the third. Coming up, still no score. 0-0 with the top of the order due up for the Knights. Leadoff man at the top hitter, Jace Levy, to get this thing started now at the bottom of the third for Assumption. They've got 2 hits and an error so far, but no runs to account for. 1 hit coming the way of Davenport Central. They've had guys on the last couple of innings as Caleb Evans comes out for another inning. Had a couple of good ones those first 2.
We knew this would be one of those. I don't want to call them pitchers duels because I don't want to give pitchers too much credit, but 2 guys around the plate with a little giddy up to the fastball and command.
Davenport Central, who spent last season going 15-19 throughout their year, are off to a great start already. 17-7 right now, and they're looking to even build upon that a little bit more as Jace Levy starts this at the top.
A little maturity is all.
Assumption 20-6 at this point of the season. There's another one of those base hits. Going after it. Oh, he makes the catch. Out at center, diving for it. What looked like was going to be a for sure base hit. Instead results in an out.
Go get you some.
Wow.
Let's go get this. Drop step, hanging breaking ball. And Levy hit it as hard as you can hit it in this ballpark to the wind. Drop step, runs to a spot, leaves, feet, boom. Web gem.
What a catch out at left center. I mean, I didn't think anybody had a shot to be able to get there, but yet Guglielch tracks it down, gets under it. No false step, and he gets under it for the first out. This one's going to be popped up right side this time. Right fielder's going to have to give some real chase. The wind proves to be difficult. It lands on the other side. On to second base now. It's going to go Ryan Wohlers. He'll be on with 1 away.
So Levy hits a ball like that, and then Wohlers hits a 99-foot duck snort that just the wind knocks down. There's no way you're going to get it. Especially if you're playing everybody to bunch. Nice effort by Wohlers to go never stop running.
Elijah Mitchell was playing a tad towards right center. Thought he was going to get under it, but that wind just dies it right where it's at. This one's going to be lifted out towards center again. Center fielder Gugelich is back. He's under it. 2 down. A good defensive fielder out there in center to play the wind with 2 away.
Assumption has not taken a pitch this inning. Attack, attack,
Jeez.
attack.
First pitch, get after it. Second time through the order after this Assumption team. Seth Adrian coming to the plate, who walked his last time up. Assumption trying to drive home the first run in today's game. At the bottom of the 3rd, they'll check to second. Standing is Wohlers. It is ruled a hit on that pitch out to right where Mitchell went diving. Never hit his mid, and the scoreboard operator gives him a hit. Ball up in his zone. 3 hits so far for Assumption.
It better who's ever keeping the scoreboard. He ran 115 feet and dove.
Here's the 1-0. This one fouled off the end of the bat of the count evens. A game that is trying to find its identity. All of a sudden this inning, Assumption's come out guns a-blazing. Some real web gems defensively have kept Davenport Central in it. Swinging, breaking ball, 1-2. Adrian chased one down to the dirt.
Another breaking ball in the same spot, and they'll be out of the inning. Same spot, 56 feet.
Right side, second baseman diving for it. He's not going to be able to get there. The glove goes crazy. The run's going to score. Davenport Assumption strikes first. They're on the board 1-0.
De La Rosa didn't know. I didn't know if he got to the ball when the glove came off.
Glove went flying into the air out to right, and then he had to try to come back to it. Elijah Mitchell was helping out in right field as well, but
big hit by Adrian.
Yeah,
and a big RBI.
It all gets started by Wohlers, who runs that all the way out, ends up getting a fly ball that drops and got himself to second base into scoring position.
That's a great point. If he doesn't hustle, he's at third.
Daniel Powers now. The pitcher defensively takes the ball down and off the plate. At the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Davenport Central trailing right now 1-0. Central with 1 hit, no errors. Now Assumption has 4 hits, 1 error defensively. A shot straight back at the count, 2-1.
Duck snorting a ground ball that never left the infield.
Nothing fancy about it, but
no.
It works.
Bada boom, bada bing, one donut.
Righty home. Got him swinging. 2-2. Down on strikes and down to end the inning. Central gets out of it after Assumption puts up a run in the 3rd inning. Through 3, and we do have a score. 1-0 the Knights. Lead to the Blue Devils. Top of the 4th after this. Davenport Central, no runs, hits, and no errors, with Assumption leading the way. 1 run coming on 4 hits. 1 error came back there in the bottom of the 3rd. You can watch this game or any MC22 game on your own schedule on Mediacom's Video on Demand. Simply press the On Demand button on your remote and go to MC22 to see the current video listing. For the fans partaking in the concession stand, a gorgeous day today, with the wind coming in, it helps out. It would have been just a deadly hot day, but that wind helps cool things down a bit from Assumption High School. Daniel Powers hasn't had his best stuff today, but it's been enough to get the deal done. He's held Central scoreless so far through 3, and he'll face the heart of this order, 4, 5, 6, coming up now in the 4th.
He's made a couple adjustments, found the release point, lost his concentration when he got 2 quick outs. Both pitchers have really done a nice job. It should be scoreless.
Zach Word, who grounded into a double play last time, 0 for 1 today. Fouls this one back. Word, the catcher defensively. There's number 23 in that right-handed box. Down and off the plate, 1-1. 44 pitches so far for Daniel Powers, through now 3 complete. Got to be mindful of that pitch count as this one is over the plate for strike 2. The 2-2. Fouled up and back. Battling up there is Zach Word. As Davenport Central tries to get what could be a huge MAC win if they were able to get a couple against top team in Class 3A.
Go 9-3.
Take it. This one on the ground, left side. It's going to get through and out to left. A base hit out of the gates. You're down for the Blue Devils.
So what do you do now? Do you get him over, get him in? Do you try to play for a big inning? You're in the 4th inning against a guy that's got good stuff.
Coach Carty going to send a pinch runner in there. Get a little bit more speed out of the bases. The way this game is proven right now, it could be a fairly low-scoring game.
Anthony McKee, number 15, on the run for the Blue Devils. If I give him a pitch, if I'm Coach Cartine, then we play a little hit and run. Then we play a little bunt and run.
Garland, who grounded one right back to the pitcher his last time.
Folks, you see that hand right there? That means nothing.
Gonna wait for Kevin Ferris to say it. Shows bunt. Could not get it down. He went after one that was up in the zone. Strike 1.
It's my pet peeve. There's no such rule. A little hand hold. There's no such rule. You have to ask for time.
Bring it on home.
Now they're gonna hit and run. Nope, gonna bunt. Pitch out. Oh,
and he missed it. Back to the backstop it goes, and off to second base now. It's going to go McKee, and he's got himself into scoring position with nobody down to the 4th.
So now you bunt and get him over to 3rd.
Yeah.
Boy, had a pitch out. Had everything they wanted right there. Ball got away from Willers.
It's one of those things, so many things going on in that instinct. Some guys forget to think it all the way through, and
it's a great point.
Right there just proved to be difficult for Jason Willers as they'll check back over to second. He's back onto the bag that time. Key. Out of the stretch, Powers will give a look, and now home with it. They'll show bunt, pull it back on a pitch that misses.
An assumption had a wheel play on. 3rd baseman comes charging hard, possibly to make that tag, and then the shortstop wheels in behind him to 3rd. 2nd baseman wheels in behind the charging 1st baseman. Got an opportunity to try to throw. It's got to be a tag play to get the guy at 3rd.
Powers has not been close so far to the zone. Shows bunt again. This time goes after it, but can't get it down. Twice now going up on a pitch and trying to lay it down, but Darlin hasn't been able to find success with it. The count 2-2.
And that was the bunt for a base hit. That's a drop step. He didn't pivot. Now what do you do?
I would say maybe keep the bat of the hand. He chokes up here with 2 strikes on him. See if he can't get something on the ground. Right side, and he does. Over to second. Picked up off to first now. McIntosh has the out, but it's Davenport Central as the runner at third base with 1 away.
Great job, as you pointed out. Got up on the bat, 2 strikes, got a fastball, stayed inside it, got the runner over, get him in. That's a nice job.
That's one of those things that doesn't show up on a stat sheet, doesn't show up in a scorebook, but a real team player that was able to get one down to the right side.
Everybody knows it. Everybody on the club knows it. Gave himself up, got him over.
Coach Argo is going to bring this infield in, playing with a 1-run lead right now at the top of the 4th. 1 away. Powers will come set to the right-hander now. Guglic, as this one's down and off the plate for a ball. We talked about this early on, a ball back to the backstop. I don't know if you're able to send him home.
It's hard.
Tough play.
The other side of this, you might see squeeze too.
I've seen Powers come off the mound once to be able to field a ball. Did so cleanly. This one down and off the plate outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes here. They're going to be able to throw strikes if you're Daniel Powers.
1 pitch, 1 spot if you're the hitter.
On the ground left side, it's going to be snared there that time by third baseman Wohlers. He'll get the out at first, but Central will get the run to tie up this game at once.
That's Darlin getting the ball, getting the runner to third base, then contact to get him home.
A hard hit ball on the left side of the infield to score a run and make it a 1-1 ball game now with Josh Hand coming to the plate.
And a nice play by Wohlers to keep that ball in the infield.
Down to the zone ball. On the very first pitch covered at that time. Tahan, who's the left fielder defensively, he walked in his last time out there.
This is a really nice job by Davenport Central to, after giving up one, to answer immediately. Come right back, tie it up.
Down in the zone, Powers, who's had a lot of 3-0, 2-0 counts here this inning, has got himself in a 3-0 count with 2 away.
There's that focus thing we discussed. Bases empty, 2 outs. It's the same guy twice.
And hasn't even been able to see a pitch he can hit. There's 4 straight balls that missed last time, but the 4th one hit him. This time, 4 straight that missed again. Now Connor Bedell, 8-hole man, tries to give Central their first lead in today's game at the top of the 4th inning. Got him swinging. Down and out for strike 1. Daniel Powers checks over to first.
Good time to run. Leadoff hitter, 8 hitters start the inning.
Check back over again. Ian Hahn is safe. He's got 6 stolen bases out of the bases, so he's most definitely a stolen base threat out there. Trying to keep him close for his catcher. Breaking ball off the plate for a ball.
Things have started to drag a bit. Crisp around the zone, both pitchers. Got a run scored. Couple throws over. Working behind in counts.
Runner goes this time, and it's going to be right back over to Powers. He snares it to first. Does get out of the inning, but that's before a run cross. There's 1 run coming on a hit. 1 left stranded. Go to the bottom of the 4th. Davenport Central has the answer. Tied up at 1s here from Assumption. Back tied up yet again. We go to the bottom of the fourth with Assumption's bats coming back up. The bottom of their order due up with John Marks. I'm Zach Mackey from Assumption High School. MC22 baseball doubleheader coming your way. This is game one of two with the second one on the horizon upcoming. It's a gorgeous night here in Davenport, Iowa. Donovan Juarez will go ahead and get this thing started. The right-hander who grounded out over to third, had a real sharply hit ball. He barreled one up, but kind of stand over there by Connor Bedell to get the out back in the second inning. He'll dig in to face Caleb Evans for the second time. Evans delivers a ball inside. Evans has done a pretty nice job. He shut down Assumption for the most part of that one hiccup with the double coming back in the third, but really not even his fault. It was a situation where the wind just took control of it. This one up in the zone for a ball out, 2-0.
Boy, he doesn't get cheated when he swings it. I love that.
Oh, big step through and a big swing coming with it. Woolers, who's hitting .277 of the year, but he's slugging at .417. He's got 2 balls that have left the ballpark this year. Strike this time. The ability to make it leave the ballpark on a day like today, though, it would, boy, would it be a shot.
Be Ruthian.
Fills this count full. Evans has been able to keep his pitch count low. He's had 41 pitches here so far, with Powers, who had to go pretty deep. He's up to 70 pitches. Coming out of the fourth. This one just on the other side of the wind. Right there to back him up. Noah Weidman's able to get the out. That's Kranz, rather. Kranz who's able to get the out and retire the first out at the bottom of the fourth.
A little 1-6-3 action. Boom, tip, boom, deflect. Kranz comes and gets it. He plays nice job. Got great feet, great hands.
2 real good shortstops on either side.
Yes.
For Assumption and Davenport Central have been able to make some plays. Lefty end of the box. On the ground, a second. De La Rosa, 2 down.
The one thing you don't want to do as a left-hand hitter is 4-3-3-U.
Kind of been plenty of time. There's not a lot of left-handed bats in either of these two lineups. Righty dominated for both squads. Assumption's got a couple of left-handed bats. Noah Weidman, the sophomore, will dig in and take a strike inside. Still searching for that first hit in today's game.
Evans around the plate all the time. Doubled up. Confidence in your stuff, you double up on the 8 guy with 2 slide pieces.
Caleb Evans, just a junior. He's going to be a guy that you better believe, as this one's a strike, that should have the opportunity to be able to go on and play some college baseball. The way he looks tonight, he's got some real good things. His breaking ball, fastball, he's been able to locate well.
Does he dub breaking ball again? Yep.
That one just barely missing up. 2-2.
Now you have to attack. Go right back at hard stuff.
The 2-2. Got him looking. Backwards K to get out of the inning, and he sets him down in order. For the first time today, 1, 2, 3. That's all it took to get Davenport Central out of the fourth. 1-1. We are all tied up. The 9-1-2 part of the Davenport Central lineup coming up.
Time for our Sexton Ford game summary, our talk of the town highlights.
Boy, we had some good ones.
Yeah, we did. Seth Adrian placed the first run of the ball game. The ball off the other horse. That's Ryan Wohlers, who had a double. That infield hit made it one donut. And then Daniel Powers. Sweet 3, you're gone. And then here's that diving play by Wohlers. And that plate's Wirt. Zach Wirt, who had singled and moved to third on the get him over, get him in after the wild pitch, or the pass ball by Wohlers. And that's where we stand. 1-1 in the inning, top half of the fifth.
All tied up right now from Assumption High School. Couple of defenses, couple of pitchers that are undefeated at this point, and they've been pitching like it up there right now. Davenport Central now trying to put up runs in back-to-back innings. Assumption wasn't able to, but Assumption took the first lead in today's game. Central battled back that next inning and answered. We've got the 9-1-2 part of their order coming up now, and it's going to be the third time through the lineup versing Daniel Powers. Ground out back of the third, coming the way of Elijah Mitchell. Now Powers, righty atop of the mound, is at pitch number 65 as this one comes inside.
You don't want to walk the 9 guy.
No.
You don't want to walk anybody, but you get yourself in some major trouble to start with.
And it looked like last inning was kind of the first time that Powers lost maybe a little bit of his command. This time he finds it 2-1.
Still advantage, 2-5. Here we go.
Kind of was struggling to be able to find that strike zone at times.
You're right.
There's a good one. 2-2.
Hey, here we go. Come on in. Hey, stride out. Go to work. Go to work, baby. Come on now. Trust them hands. Here we go. Come on.
On the ground, right side. McIntosh. He's got it. One away.
Nice job by Powers. Come back down 2-0 in the count. Boom, boom, and then got a ground ball. Nice job by McIntosh to get over and get that.
Top of the order coming up now for Davenport Central. We get a gust of wind shooting right on through. Got to be careful here if you don't keep your paper down with the wind that comes through. Barely gets a piece of it and fouls it off.
Well, I got a concussion off
I was going to say.
shot I just took to the head. I'll have to ask our producer for some medical information and some help.
Little workman comp.
I'll just talk to my wife.
Ball down to the zone of the count evens. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It was like Dorothy and Toto went by a couple times there.
No longer in Kansas here as this one's up and out of the zone. Hitter's count coming up now for the leadoff man, Nick Fleming. Hasn't had much success against Daniel Powers. 0 for 2 in today's lineup. Here's the 3-1. Ball 4 and a walk issued.
And just like that, something for the Blue Devils.
It's the 5th free base given by either a walk or a hit by a pitch by Daniel Powers in today's game.
But you've also got a guy in Crayons that can handle a bat. You can hit and run. You can run. Pitch number 75 right here.
2 free bases given to Crayons, who got on with an air, hit by pitch. This time he's swinging to the first one he sees for strike 1.
And he did not get cheated. Gas in and under, and he tried to let it fly.
Crayons, one of those juniors. Spending a season in sophomore baseball last year. Getting to the call-up his junior year, upperclassman. Check to first is not in time. Nice breaking ball for the second one of the at-bat. Curveball with a little bit of a movement.
Some serious bite to it there.
Yeah.
Had to make a pitch.
Checks again and again, back safely. It's Nick Fleming, leadoff man. Fleming, who has 3 stolen bases. This is in a Davenport Central team, though, that will move around the bases. 42 stolen bases as a team. Top of the zone, they'll fire down. Back standing in time. It's Fleming.
Going to see a breaking ball count. Fastball count at 0-2.
Got him swinging and down with a strikeout. Coming in is going to be Will Krantz, just the second strikeout issued. Fleming went down back at the third with a strikeout. Krantz goes down here.
Good hammer. 12-6. Hung just a little, but had Krantz off balance.
2 down. Aiden De La Rosa. Powers checks over again. And again, no play to be had on Nick Fleming. Inside, runner on the move, and the throw is again on the mark, but it's not going to be in time. A nice jump coming this time from Nick Fleming.
This is huge. Your 3-hitter, nice jump. Ball inside, just a shade late. But now your 3-hitter with a runner in scoring position.
It's been the one knock on Powers. He's a little bit slow at getting to the plate. It gives runners an opportunity to get a nice lead and a good jump. This one a little dinker, left side, bare hand across the body, and the throw's not there.
Adrian saved a run. He went and got that. Powers tried to make a play. If he eats that, all's good. He throws that away. It's 2-1 Davenport Central. Off the mound quickly.
No man's land over there on the third base side.
It's a really nice job. Could have been a hit in there instead of just an infield hit.
Runners on the corners here with 2 away. Central with a runner on third base for just the second time in today's game. Last time they were able to plate a run at the top of the 4th inning. 80 pitches for Daniel Powers, whose pitch count has just skied here these last couple of innings. One misses, 1 ball and no strikes.
Who's going to make a pitch now?
Werdu's 1 for 2 today, scored Central's 1 and lone run. Nice block. Jason Weiler's and the runners off over to second base. They'll make the throw over to third as Fleming's back safe now, 2 minute scoring position.
De La Rosa will get a stolen base out of that because he was breaking on the pitch, but now he gets second and third. 2-0, dead red. That's a balk. Well, he just flinched and got away with it.
They'll check back over to third. That's the hard part with having a 2-man umpire crew.
It is, especially that front side. It's like a left-hander cheating it on the pickoff move.
Dial it off. Three balls, no strikes. Powers with runners at second and third. We'll bring it over the plate this time.
Right there now.
I wouldn't give in. I'd take my chances.
This one's going to be out towards left, in on it, and it's going to go down out of the mitt of left fielder Juarez. A run scores, and the second one comes right on through. Central plates 2 more here on the top of the 5th to make it 3-1. A line shot out to left, and they had to go under the belt to try to make the catch.
I think if he turns the glove the other way, fastball gives in. Lit up. But I think you got to give him an error. He got to it.
And it is going to be the second error given against the Knights. With 4 runs, 2 errors, they trail right now 3-1. Just 2 hits so far for Central, but they've been able to turn it into 3 runs, as this one's going to be hit solid but right to second baseman McIntosh. Steps to the bag at second base and ends the top of the 5th. 2 runs coming on in. Men in scoring position, doing it with 2 outs. Central leading Assumption in game 1. Back for the bottom half of the 5th after this. You're watching MC 22. We've had a steady wind all day blowing straight on in here from Assumption High School. It has kept the balls in and kept the defense on their heels, especially out there in that outfield. Watch Inside Sports on MC 22 to get a unique look at the Quad Cities and surrounding area sports scene. Join us each week for interviews and stories with some of the best coaches and athletes from the area. Tune in Mondays at 6 and Fridays at 2:30, only on MediaCom. Well, Central takes advantage of the second error charged against Assumption and makes it now a 3-1 lead. It has proven that those balls hit to the outfield. Nothing's been routine today.
Now with the wind that we're dealing with, the flags everywhere. Tough play to give an error, but fastball got behind. 3-1. Powers gave in and he had a line drive. Worked good.
Assumption playing from behind for the very first time today with a 9-1-2 part of their order coming up. Brandon Schlichting will start this whole thing off. As this one's lifted foul down the line. A ground out right in front of home plate. It was the catcher, Zach Word, who jumped out, threw it over to first to retire Schlichting his first time. Evans has done a good job of keeping that pitch count relatively low. 51 pitches through 4 complete.
He's been tremendous.
4-0 on the year, looking to get that 5th win. Game 1. Talked about his walk to strike ratio coming into this, and he's been able to keep those strikes real low. Just the 18th ball he has thrown in 53 pitches. Hitter's count up there for the 9-hole man Schlichting. There's the 3-1. Just off, ball 4.
Huge.
J.C. Levy, who's pulling his average down today.
What was Jace before the ball game?
508.
508. I'm sorry. Okay.
And with a ground out and a fly out, better believe though he has barreled up every ball he has seen. He was totally robbed of a base hit back in the 3rd inning off just a fantastic catch by Gugelich out there in center. Right of the belt, strike 1. Good fastball over the plate to get the first one in there. Caleb Evans, had 8 appearances coming into this, 7 of those being starts. In those 8 appearances, has gone 34 1/3 innings. He's been a guy that's been able to go late into games. time it catches. Strike two.
You got to step out there. First of all, the pitcher was waiting for something to happen, waiting for you. He was sitting on the runner, making sure he didn't break. You have to step out. Break that rhythm. Then he got you with a breaking ball.
See Levy dig in there. He is such a strong kid. If he gets a hold of one. I saw it back of the third inning. Swings right on through this one. He's going to go down with a strikeout. One away. Bottom of the fifth.
Tremendous by Evans. He's just been phenomenal today.
He's been able to stop Levy, who no one has been able to down the stretch of this season. Fastball high and in.
Two-seamer. In and under. Nowhere to go.
Ryan Wohlers, who had a two-bagger his last time up. 1 for 2 today. Scored one of those runs for Davenport. Assumption is this one's going to get down in front. A Guglic, base hit, 2 men on.
Play a little station to station.
5th hit in today's game for Assumption. They've been able to out-hit Central by 3 hits, but yet Central's been able to get the ones that matter, the 2 extra runs to cross to make it a 3-1 ball game. First pitch swung on, out to center, diving, and Guglic has it yet again. He's going to try to double him up over at second, and he does. Wow, what a game he's had out at center.
I think we'll see it, that the ball hit the ground.
Full extension out at center. He gets under it, makes the catch, and retires the side. They're out of it as we get into the 6th. A highlight to send you to break. Davenport Assumption trailing right now. Central's defense has been able to hold on, mainly in parts of center fielder Brendan Guglic. He's made some outstanding catches.
That was a trap. That ball bounced in front. Bases should be loaded. Got a call on a catch. And a double play.
As they always say, if you don't do it, sell it like you did. And Guglic went right on through with it. Made the catch and went ahead and got them out of the inning. We go down to the 6th. Davenport Central leading it. Guglic, it's funny how often this happens. Will come up to start off the inning.
Make a play, be the guy.
Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Grounded out and float out so far. Did get that RBI back in the 4th inning to plate the first run for Davenport Central. Roddy will dig in, and the first one he'll take a hack at out to right. Schlichting's in on it, and he makes the catch, 1 away. Two up next, Josh Hahn, who has not recorded an official at-bat today. Couple of walks, digs in. On a plays left field defensively for Central. Will take a strike of the outer third.
And if you're Powers, you want to hurry up, do your job, and get your club back in to swing it. Started to move the ball a little more against Evans. Had a big rally. Just kind of cut short by a ball that was called a catch.
Powers' 90th pitch misses down and off the play. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Give Hahn credit. Great command of the strike zone.
Turns on one. And a pitch down and inside. Hahn will pull it foul for the 2nd strike. 2-2. Good hitter right there. Not much more you could do than take that foot back, pull it down the line, get another pitch.
Nice pitch. He fought that off. Stay back, Straight change. Best one Powers has thrown today.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. In the top of the 6th inning, Central's been able to get the lead here for the first time. Back at the top of the 5th inning, game 1 of a 2-part doubleheader. Assumption's going to get 2 more opportunities to get a couple of runs across. A check swing, and he wins. His home plate umpire Kevin Ferris to retire the second out of the inning, 2 away.
See, if I'm Assumption, I don't want Powers to throw much more than 100 pitches.
Yeah.
93 right now.
Gotta believe Coach Argo, if you can get him through this inning, bring a guy in for the 7th, and then you can worry about that second part of the doubleheader.
Nice straight change to.
And this one on the ground, Powers has it. He'll regain his composure, throw to first in time, and a 1-2-3er. A first time for Powers in all today. He sets him down in order 1, 2, 3 in the 6th, bottom half around the corner here on MC22. Three to 1. Fans out and loving this weather today as Assumption tries to battle themselves back into this. Central's taking this early lead today. As alongside John Marks, I'm Zach Mackey from Assumption High School. Assumption had that first lead. Central answered, and then they took back the lead. Some of the young fellas.
Oh yeah,
playing some catch.
There's always baseball of some kind going around this ballpark.
Caleb Evans, who's doing some great things for Coach Carty today, is going to be coming out there now for this 6th inning. To mow him down to the 6th, and where his pitch count sits right here could be the only arm that we see in game 1. On the flip side of it, for Powers, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Argo sends him out for one last hurrah in the 7th or goes to his bullpen for the first time today.
You don't want to go much more than 100. That's all I can say. And Bill Argo knows that as well as anybody. But he also knows Daniel Powers, and they both know each other, his arm strength and legs, and we'll see what happens.
Well, if Assumption's going to do it, now's a good time with the 4, 5, 6 part of the order up. First pitch is up and in to Seth Adrian. One of our players to watch coming into today's game is Walkden Single. He's a perfect 1-for-1 today. An RBI to his name as well. This one swung on out towards right center. They're giving some chase, and it's going to be an alley breaker back to that right center field alley. Rounding first, and Adrian's going to have a stand-up double. Out of the gates, Assumption rolling here at the bottom of the 6th.
Just a big, strong kick. Got a ball in her half, stayed the right hand through, and finished. That ball scooted all the way to the fence. I never thought it would get there. Into the teeth of that wind.
Just the 2nd extra base hit in today's game for Assumption. Last time was Wohlers who got a double. He ended up scoring. So Adrian's got himself at 2nd with nobody down. In scoring position for now Daniel Powers. First one of the knees.
Got a great opportunity to help his own cause. Get a knock, keep a rally going. Try to get more than one.
Powers, the tall, lengthy righty, is going to be playing baseball at Kansas State next season. Fouls this one off the end of the bat. That one rang his hands a little bit.
Got to prove himself all over again to a new staff. He said he'll leave in mid-August. First week of August to get everything in order.
We were talking about that's one of the disadvantages of him not being able to be here this summer. This one a swinging strike down and out. Obviously the weather's better, everything is better whenever you're playing baseball throughout the summertime, but it also hurts high schoolers in the ability of not being able to go there and get ready for their upcoming freshman year. Whereas a couple of groundouts today, I put them 0 for 2.
I like the fact that, and we'll use college football as an example, and we use, there are Iowa freshmen that are in class right now. Best thing to happen to them to get acclimated to college life.
Especially taking in the university while not all the students are there. You know where things are. strike coming inside of the count, 1-1.
And Iowa's one of those unique places that practices in the morning in the fall, correct?
Yeah.
So get acclimated, get everything oriented, and then take care of your classwork, in the second half of the day.
There's the 1-1. Nowhere near the zone, 2-1.
I think that's the best idea in the world.
Yeah.
College football in the morning, practice. Then you have meetings later in the day after you take care of your academic sides.
No, the nice part of it is, hey, coaches, this is only as long as you have. You got to go then to class. You can't extend it. The 2-1.
And as you know, we've all been there wanting to extend it a little at all levels. Got to get this right before we leave. Well, I have a history final.
One just missing out of Evans. Be a walk. We'll put 2 men out there now with 1 away. Tying run out there, and the go-ahead run comes to the play with Jeremy McIntosh. As Evans takes a little time.
Adam Mativier is going to run 4. Just a pinch running situation, not a courtesy. So Juarez will be able to re-enter the baseball game as a designated hitter. Fast football player, Mativier, runs well, hard-nosed kid.
Right-hander McIntosh into the box now. Or left-hander, that is. McIntosh, a lefty-righty matchup coming up here now with Evans. Just want to strike of the outer third for the very first one to McIntosh, who did have a base hit back in that second inning. Trying to get his second one of today as time's called.
Arm issue? Elbow.
Oof.
I hate to see that one. I hope it's just a flexor cramp, but when he reached down and finished, he grabbed it. I just hope it's a cramp.
Evans, who's a junior, has been really good so far in 5 1/3. 6 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 70 pitches. That was number 70 right there. And
no, shut him down.
Geez, that's no good. Hate to see it. Evans, who's been good today.
He's been tremendous. I hope that's just he's been tremendous all season. I hope that's just a cramp.
Pitch good enough to be able to get the wind down. We'll see if the bullpen can't help him out. Both those runners at first and second his.
We'll watch the delivery here. Gets that front side over.
And you can see it in his face.
Yep. I hope the fingers didn't go numb, and that's why he's shaking. And there we have an issue, nerve issue. Gogolich comes on the pitch. No, is that Kranz?
That will be Will Kranz, the junior.
Shortstop. Had to take off his TV tape. Just shortstop arm. That's just too bad. Because Evans was tremendous today.
Will Kranz, who does have 7 appearances, he's that closer type. Coming in with an ERA of 5.65.
Yep. 8 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. You're right. He's that closer.
The new guy is number 7.
So they'll give him all the opportunity he needs to warm up with an injury like that. Kranz will get however long it takes to get him warmed up. He will come into a tight situation at the bottom of the 6th with runners at first and second and 1 away. Assumption trying to tie it up, if not take the lead here in the bottom half of the 6th. They've got this, and then they'll have the bottom of the 7th to try to get the job done in game 1 of this doubleheader. So far, just rolled right on through 5 1/3 innings. Just now at about an hour and a half in.
David Canfield goes to center field. Have number 12. Excuse me, Gogoch goes to short.
First pitch on second, step of the back over to first, and how about that? A pitcher's best friend. We'll go ahead and take Will Kranz out of the bottom of the 6th. A 6-3 double play, and Central holds on to the lead. On to the 7th. The final one. 3-1. It's the Blue Devils over the Knights. Well, the double play takes away Assumption. They have something cooking to the bottom of the 6th. Back for the 7th with John Marks. I'm Zach Mackey. Davenport Central leading it. Or Davenport Central, leading it 3-1 over Assumption. That's right. The top team in Class 3A, Assumption, right now is trailing. They've got just 3 outs to get through here in the top half of the inning, and it is going to be Daniel Powers out there for that final turn here in the 7th. His pitch count's pretty high, but they're trying to get him through it. One of his best innings he had was last inning, going 1-2-3 in the 6th. First time he was able to sit down the Blue Devils in order. Elijah Mitchell, the 9-hole man, takes one to short. Wyman across the diamond over to first in time. 1 up, 1 down on just 1 pitch.
Nice job.
95 pitches thrown at Nick Fleming. Will come to the play. Wyman, who's been good over there at that shortstop spot, comes up throwing to first and gets the out. Big day for Nick Fleming, who scored a run, got a stolen base. Hasn't been able to find a hit, though. He tries to extend the Davenport Central lead. Strike 2, and Powers is getting better and better as he gets closer and closer to 100 pitches.
Rhythm is rhythm.
He's got it right now. This one lifted out to center. Levy's got it to retire.
Give Powers credit. Did a nice job today. Just pitched.
Trying to sit down Davenport Central. 1-2-3 here in back-to-back innings now. Fastball just barely out of there. There will be triple digits. Pitch number 100 coming up here from Daniel Powers out of the windup, and it's a bouncer, backhand, under the glove. Lyman not able to get it, and over to first going will be Kranz with 2 away, and the throw is muffed down to the ground. Sloppy baseball, and to second goes Kranz.
That's going to be the game in the air. Wow. You have to circle this baseball. And then first of all, your left fielder has to throw the ball in the right spot.
That's a hard play, backhanded at shortstop at the high school level to give an error. But
well, they teach you. You're taught now is to bend through it and swipe through with your open glove instead of circle and throw. And it's hard trying to pick a hop.
First pitch is lifted, right side. Second baseman calling for it. Zunder makes the catch to go ahead and retire the side and sit down Davenport Central. This is it. Last time for Assumption here coming up at the bottom of the inning. And
Kranz will be asked to do plenty.
Yeah.
His pop up to close the inning. But the play before, again, are you going to blame the young person for trying to short hop a baseball when you teach them not to get around it anymore? So tough air if you're for Noah Wyman.
Tough one there. Assumption got their back against the wall here in the bottom half of the inning. Powers has done well, but the offense just really hasn't been there to help him whatsoever.
You know, it didn't come up. A double play ball. Give Kranz credit last time. Double play ball up the chute to close the inning. But the line drive, the ball that they said was caught, that bounced, that came to hurt. There's.
It's unfortunate.
Evans, yeah, I sure hope. Yeah, I hope he's either going to get ice or medical treatment.
That's tough. It looks like he might have just got a bag of ice, and
I hope it's just a spasm there. Cramp on that. It's not pretty.
It is not, but it is a pretty day to be out at the ballpark. Lots of the fans enjoying it around Davenport Assumption today. We've been lucky after the rain swept through the Quad Cities these last couple of days. It's a great day for baseball, and there's a guy right there. Billy Argo would like to see his team battle here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They've got 3 outs to try to get 3 runs.
Now, were you in town last week for the festive rain that poured about, or were you in Iowa City?
I was in Iowa City.
Okay, so you got nailed pretty well too.
Yeah.
Okay. There was no escaping.
There wasn't. 4 straight days. It felt like we were never going to see the sun again. So righty in to go ahead and get this thing going. Noah Wyman. Strike of the out at third. You better believe this Assumption team going to be waiting till they get a strike.
I was gonna go down 2, take a pitch.
That's tough. Breaking ball that time.
But if you take pitch number 1, you know he's coming back with a breaking ball.
Especially an Assumption team that's really jumped on that first pitch all day today.
And now you're going to see either a fastball, he's going to double up, or a fastball up.
Off the plate. Wyman searching for that first hit today. He's a hitter who's hitting .292 on the season. Touch below 300, but hasn't had success today. This one bouncer to second, to first in time. Hugla's got it in. Central's got the first out of the inning.
Fastball away, couldn't catch up, trailed it, easy 4-3.
Central got behind early in this contest. They answered right away when Assumption planted a run in the 3rd inning. Run coming to the 4th, and then taking that lead to the 5th. This one a strike. Caleb Evans has been dynamic on the mound. The injury took him out, and so far Will Krantz has come in and had great command of the breaking ball. Fastball he's been able to place as well. There's a breaking ball that just barely misses, and Wirt wanted that one.
Assumption's taking 2 to get a strike, and then he just yacked him right there again. Didn't get it.
Schlichting takes this one down and off the plate. 2 balls and a strike now.
He just overthrew the last one. That silly expression, stay within yourself. Well, don't overdo it.
Got a piece of it. Right back into the catcher's mitt for the 2nd strike. Got him looking. Strike 3, down with a strikeout, 2 away, and Central's just 1 out away from taking game 1 of this doubleheader. One of the hottest hitters in the MAC will dig in and try to keep Assumption's life alive. Hitting .500 just above it coming into this game. Is 0 for 3 today, and the breaking ball gets him for strike 1.
Krantz is feeling it right now.
Yes.
Got great touch of that.
A shortstop who came in due to injury. Been able to locate. This one a bouncer. Over to 3rd, it will get through. And Levy's going to be able to reach. And the tying run comes to the plate to the bottom of the 7th.
Tough short hop play to come make. I'd give him a base hit. Ooh. Brutal.
My goodness. They're tough on him here. And Eric going to be charged at 3rd baseman Connor Bedell. Ryan Wellers takes a strike of the out at 3rd.
Now you're going to see that breaking ball.
Got a piece of him, hit by pitch, and if you're Coach Chris Carty, this is what you feared. All of a sudden with 2 down, if the wheels start to fall off, 2 men are out there. Here with the top of the order, it's 3-hole man Nick Catilla.
I don't think Coach Carty's. I think he'll be fine. Throw another breaking ball.
Kranz was good through those first couple of batters, and really it wasn't even his fault Levy got on. The error ended up being charged at third baseman Bedell.
Ooh. Just
Full
missed.
swing.
Just missed.
Foul ball. Wind picking back up here from Assumption. Down and out ball. This one turned on down that first base line, but it hooks foul.
That's how you get one out of here. Did you cut it and hook it?
Would have been an extra base hit, just a couple of feet foul. And that's going to send Coach Carty out of the dugout. Time going to be taken now from Davenport Central with runners at first and second, 2 outs.
Let's stay away from balls in or half and down. We'll throw that straight change and breaking ball away and see what happens.
I've got the 3-4 part of the lineup here for Davenport Assumption. Quick conversation.
Pretty interesting career. Undercover cop. Then you teach, and then you're an athletic director in a couple places. Now you're back to your alma mater. Great guy. Coach Cortez, super guy.
Just off the plate, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Assumption down to their last and final strike.
Still wouldn't give in. Still throw a breaking ball straight change.
This one off, and the count's going to run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Never a dull moment between these two. Take him down.
Excuse me, Seth Adrian, who has 2 hits, is on deck.
As this one's lifted out towards right. Second baseman calling for it, and he'll make the catch. Davenport Assumption will go ahead and fall as Central's going to take game 1, 3-1. They battle back, scoring runs in the 4th and 5th innings. 2 of them coming to that 5th inning. And Caleb Evans started the game. Will Kranz comes in and makes the play to go ahead and get it. Our player of the game and more coming up here. Central takes game 1, 3-1.
Today's high school baseball doubleheader is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Blackhawk College. Make it happen. Sexton Ford. The talk of the town. Mediacom Extreme. Simple. Powerful.
Davenport Central takes it 3-1 over Assumption here today, and really the Assumption batch just couldn't find things past that 3rd inning.
No, and give Caleb Evans a ton of credit. He's the guy to shut it down. Then Kranz came in a tough situation, got a ground ball double play, worked himself into a bit of a mess the next one, but then battled. You got to love it. Great job by the entire Central club.
Our Blackhawk College player of the game is going to be Caleb Evans right there. Went out due to injury, but while he was in, he was dynamic.
5 innings pitched, 5 1/3, 6 hits, 3 walks, 4 punch outs, 1 earned run. Tremendous all day, and a battle of 2 tremendous pitchers, and he came out on top.
He'll stay perfect on the year now, 5-0. That is game 1. Game 2 is going to be upcoming. Central takes the first one, going for the sweep here from Assumption High School. Game 2 coming up on MC22. Assumption baseball back here from the Assumption baseball field in Davenport, Iowa, as Assumption fell in that first game as Davenport Central was able to take game 1 with John Marks. I'm Zach Mackey. Game 2 coming to your way, and we take a look at the Assumption defense first.
Cotilla, Levy, Wohlers, left center to right, Powers, Wyman, McIntosh, and Willers from third to first. The battery of Julian Broderson and Seth Adrian.
It was a pitcher's duel in that first game, and Broderson's going to get the start today in game number 2. He's another perfect guy, 5-0 at this point of the season.
Start number 5, earned an average of 1.43, 29 in the third innings, 21 hits, 12 walks, 30 punch-outs. Seth Broderson, good guy to have as your number 2 starter.
Absolutely. Just 4 combined runs in that first game. It was the offense is going to try to open up first for Davenport Central.
He'll foist a lineup much like he did in game 1. Fleming, Kranz, De La Rosa, Wirt, Darlin, Gurgulich, Hahn, Beadle, and Mitchell. That was a winning combination in game number 1.
It was Assumption who was able to pound together more hits, but it was Davenport Central who made them count. Was able to get across on a couple of errors from Davenport Assumption as well. The top of the order, Nick Fleming, is going to be walking up here now. Fleming, who went 0 for 3 in that first game. Come out here right out of the gates. A little bit different than how they do it on the other side of the river in Illinois. A lot of these are kind of those doubleheader type formats, and Coach Chris Carty getting his team ready for game 2. Back to back they go.
Good news on the Caleb Evans, Chris Carty right there. The Caleb Evans injury front, just a spasm on the right elbow. Bouncer
off to third. Powers, who pitched in that first game, will pitch a strike right over to first in time to get the first one.
Threw a dime right over there.
1 up, 1 down.
Assumption moves to 8-3 in the conference, and falls to 8-3 in the conference, and Davenport Central moves to 8-3 in the conference. So this is huge.
Assumption, the top team in Class 3A, are fighting to be able to split this, as this one's going to come as a ball inside. They have moved their record along overall to 20-7 here now, and Davenport Central 18-7. Boy, what a season can do. They spent last year with no more than 14 wins in the entire season. They're at 18 at this point of the season right now, and trying to keep things rolling.
That's a testament to the big man standing over there in the dugout. People love to play baseball for him. He's a good guy. Knows the game, teaches it well. In your corner.
Down and out. 2-hole man, Will Kranz, who came in and did a great job to be able to get Central out of those last couple of innings. And this one over the back, he's going to get a base hit. Off to first with his first base hit in today's game. The first one for him overall. Runner on with 1 away.
It's just a nice swing. Ball in her half, a little sink to it. Stayed inside, drives the baseball right up the middle.
De La Rosa trying to keep this thing alive. He's a stolen base threat whenever he gets out there, having stolen 1 back in that first game. He takes a hack at the first one, and this one's out to right. Under it is going to be Ryan Wohlers, and that will be the second out of the inning, 2 away. Wind has calmed down maybe a little bit, but it's still a factor blowing in from right.
It still will knock down that ball in right center field. You're not going to be able to hook one yet.
Zach Worth, the DH. Right-hander who's hitting right at 286 on the season as they check to first, not in time. Julian Broderson been able to get those first couple of outs. He's got to know in the back of his head that Assumption has struggled here down the stretch to be able to produce runs.
That hurts.
They've relied heavily on their pitching staff. They're going to do the same for Broderson, as this one was fouled right back into the gut of Seth Adrian.
It's a really class move by home plate umpire Don Umlin to give him a chance to gather himself.
Seth Adrian, who played first base, was our player to watch in that first game. Has put the gear on and suited up to go behind the plate.
Ouch. Yep, that hurts. So you want to be catcher, huh? Mamas don't want your babies to grow up to be catchers.
Runners on the move. This one in the dirt. It's going to get away from Adrian. Kranz into scoring position. A 2-1 count with 2 down. Trying to go right at 4-hole man Zach Wirtz. Worth, that is.
Broderson will lose it now and then because his arm gets across his body. Release point kind of strays on him. Other than that, he's good to go. There we go.
Assumption of the home white, Central in the traveling black with the blue sleeve. White pants, blue pinstripe down it. Here's the payoff. Got him reaching. Out of the zone, down with a strikeout, and Assumption gets out of it with no runs there in that top of the first. 0-0. One hit coming for Central, coming out of Will Krantz, who gets his first one.
It's kind of important right there. A great start for Assumption to throw up a 0 and now go put the ball in play. Make something happen.
Bottom of the first we go. First time we'll see the Assumption bats with the top 3 coming up. And Eddie Van Camp on the top of the mound for Davenport Central. Camp's been solid throughout the year. Take a look at that defense overall.
Hahn, Gugelich, and Mitchell. Great job out there. All 3. Beetle, Kranz, excuse me. De La Rosa and Darling from 3rd to 1st. Van Camp and Fleming. Fleming, who DH'd in game 1, is now behind the dish. Start number 8, 3-2 with a 4.05 earned run average. 27 2/3 innings, giving up 38 hits, 10 walks, and 20 punch-outs. Edward Van Camp, your right-handed starter for game 2. Boy, it'd be nice if you're a Central guy or whoever you might be, for him to shut it down and then get a big double dip sweep here. Levy, Wohlers, Gatilla, excuse me, Adrian Powers, Juarez, McIntosh, Noah Wyman, and Jason Willers.
Take a look at that offense, and we take a look at the head man, Billy Argo, for Assumption. Good to the helm with this Assumption Knights team. Won a couple of state titles. Did so last year.
Just 5 or 6. I want to say 6. Coach Harding had 1. Murph had 1. Dozen.
Most recently 2014, 2017. This one's going to be up and out of the zone.
10 altogether. They know how to win.
They do. Play some good baseball on this side of the river. It's the 1-0.
This has been the gold standard for many years since Jim Murphy was here. Then Scott Harding and then Billy.
You get guys like right here, Jace Levy, who's not really a baseball guy growing up. He decides to go out, wants to be a part of a program like this, and has a stellar year. Levy in his senior campaign, all done with school. This is going to be his last school opportunity here. Try to get his team back to a state title. This one up into the air out to right, and it's going to be caught by Elijah Mitchell. We've seen that fly balls are not the ordinary today. That one trailed a little bit away.
He never gave up, did a great job, and kept going 100% to catch that. That ball kept drifting and drifting, knocked down by that wind. You know, they're bunched in the middle. He's right near the right field line.
Right fielder Wohlers. A pretty good game 1. Went 2 for 3. Shows bunt and pulls it back on a strike.
I like that. Third baseman way deep. Let the world know.
Out of the windup, he's ready to go. Got him swinging to the outside and down with a strikeout just like that. When he's feeling it, Eddie Van Camp's ready to go. Boom, 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 and he sets him down 2 away.
In, out, up, down. Fastball, breaking ball, gas. See ya. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. You like a guy that grabs it and throws it, and when he throws it, he throws strikes.
Cotillo was able to get a single back in that first game. He's trying to get his first one here in game 2, and he takes a strike of the outer third. 1 for 4 in that first contest.
That's like a split finger. I like that.
Yeah. It's movement to it. Down and out.
That turned over sink.
It's the 2-1. Fouled up and back out of play. Then Camp tried to sit down these top couple of hitters. 1, 2, 3. It was a fairly quick game for the first part of this doubleheader, but yet we barely had any 1, 2, 3 innings. Guys were able to get on, move across. It still proved to be a quick one. A lot of first pitch swings, and this one's going to be down and out. Full count, 2 down.
That's a really nice split finger he has. He just chokes that thing and lets it fly.
Just enough to keep this at-bat alive there for Nick Gatilla. That's been one of the knocks on Eddie Van Camp, who has walked 11 on his 25 innings since one over to first. A 2-out walk, though nothing hurt here with Seth Adrian coming to the plate.
But you always want to close an inning. You never want a 2-out walk. Nice block.
Nick Fleming keeps him alive and keeps that runner over there at first. 0-0 ball game, bottom of the first. Game 1 went to Davenport Central. Score of 3-1. Central having a heck of a year as they check back over to first, and diving back safely is Gatilla. Fastball in. Runner on the move, hit and run, and it's going to be fouled straight back. Adrian not happy with himself, wanted to be able to get this one in play to keep that runner moving along.
And that was a pitch to do it, too. Fastball out over the plate. Just missed.
See a bit of a shade out there in center. And Brendan Gulich playing a touch towards left center. Leaves a big gap out in right center. Runner on the move again. This time he's going to watch for a ball that throws up and out of there.
Got that split finger. An off-speed pitch, not a whole lot you can do. Just catch it and throw. Great jump.
Nick Gatilla is going to get a stolen base, and it's going to be the first one for Assumption on the day, having not got around the bases in game 1 of this series. Pumped up and foul. There's the 2-2 upcoming.
You don't have to be perfect, even though Powers is swinging a little bit on deck. Get Adrian to chase here if you're Van Camp.
Adrian is not an easy out. Learned that in the first game of this series. He battles here with a full count, 2 out, runner at second opportunity. Trying to get Assumption their first run in today's game. Already 22 pitches thrown for Eddie Van Camp. We sit just in the bottom of the first.
It's quite a battle right here. I like this.
This is.
You throw a fastball, I'm going to foul it off. You throw that split finger, I'm going to drive it.
8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming to Seth Adrian. Right-hander wears number 12. Another one fouled up and out of here. Adrian just a sophomore.
Pretty darn good football player, too.
Yeah. There's the payoff. This one on the ground over to second, and De La Rosa will pick it up off to first and go ahead and get Central out of the inning. As we go to the second, still no score, 0-0. It's the Knights and the Blue Devils here on MC 22.
Today's high school baseball doubleheader is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Blackhawk College. Make it happen. Sexton Ford. The talk of the town. Mediacom Extreme. Simple. Powerful.
No score as we take you to the second. Just one hit. Central able to get one back in that first. But so far, Julian Broderson got right on through him with that first inning. As we take you to the second with John Marks, I'm Zach Mackey from Assumption High School. Beautiful day to watch some high school baseball. Right to the middle of the summertime.
Good to see you. Don't get to do this often. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. We appreciate it.
Anytime I get to get along, it's always a fun time around wrestling season, and
we look forward to it too.
Get to do it this summer a little bit too. Second inning coming up here. Spencer Darlin, Brendan Gulich, and Josh Hahn all going to be coming up here in the second. Darlin, the first baseman defensively.
A little housekeeping.
Now we're ready for baseball.
Keeping things in order.
Strike right at the knees. Strike one coming in. Spencer Darlin. Still looking for that first hit. It's eluded him as he takes a half swing, went after it. 0-2 now.
You know, this is where he's at his best. We saw that he got huge for his club. Got a runner over with 2 strikes. Choked up. Put the ball in play. Was short to the ball.
Chopper left side. In on it coming down. It's going to be Powers across the diamond over to first. He got it.
That's a nice play by Powers.
Nice
play. And a really nice play by Willers to make sure he stayed on the base. A little swipe to it. Fights it.
We'll make a quick move off from glove over to the hand. Assumption's been known now. They've got a couple of guys that have some big D1 arms. Trenton Wallace being the most recent, but guys that can also play the field then. Coach Argo throws them out there and do a nice job with Powers in the hot corner. I know Trenton Wallace does a great job over at first base playing at Iowa. Just want to strike the out at third, 0-1, but these guys aren't one-dimensional. They're going to be thrown out there in a lot of different opportunities. This one a ball down low.
Being a pitcher always helps, but if you can swing it there, someone's going to find you a spot somewhere. That really carries as much weight as a guy that has an arm.
This one down to the zone. I know at the next level, a lot of times we'll talk about, you know, guys who are able to field the bunt as a pitcher or not, but you got to remember, we always talk about the pitchers in high school most likely a lot of times are your best athletes overall. They're the guys that are the best fielders, and you see it in kind of like Powers.
Going to be a shortstop.
Yeah.
You always find your best, shortstop bats fourth, plays as a pitcher, plays center field, right up the middle.
Down and off the plate outside for a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
And of course, every guy who just becomes a PO in college still thinks he can hit.
Yeah.
Just watch pitchers BP Sunday.
Bit of a check swing off the end of the bat, and that time it's going to go through. Roderson not able to kill it, and off over to first going is going to be Darlin.
It's got to be an error, though. You got to field that ball. One hop, straight back. You even went to a knee. Right, leaks right through the 5-hole.
So it is going to be an error against Assumption, their first one here in the second game after having 3 of them in that first game. They've been a defensive sound team throughout the season, but they've struggled today.
And you think you're putting that knee down to protect, and the ball not get through? You know what? That just it always sneaks through that hole. Lock those knees together and throw the hands down.
Josh Hahn stepping in here now, 1 away. Standing in plenty of time, Gugulich, who can move out there on the bases a little bit.
He runs a lot. One of the faster guys on that club.
10 stolen bases on the year. This time he'll try again, but decides to go back then. Got a real nice jump at first base, but elected to go back over to the bag.
Broderson got away with no pause. Run in here.
See if Gugulich liked his lead. If he'll try it again, as this one's popped up at foul. 1-2 now.
Be a slide step right here by Broderson, or no pause, trying to stop the running game.
Runners on the move. Here's the throw out of Adrian, and it's not going to be in time. Hard pitch. He had to get up out of the stance. It was down and outside, and on to second goes Gugulich. Stolen base number 11.
No chance. Great jump. Straight change away. Even with a good throw.
And a great slide. Down and out. Full count, 1 away. Hard hit right side, diving reach, and not able to get there. Second baseman McIntosh. They'll hold him up over there at third, awaiting the throw from Wohlers. Runners at the corners here with 1 away.
Nice at bat by Hahn. Got a ball inner half, worked the count full, drove the ball past the second baseman.
Barreled up a ball on that right side.
Got hit cutoff guy there.
Trying to keep this whole thing alive. Connor Bedell coming into the play. 3 groundouts, 0 for 3, trying to get a groundout this time to score a run. They'll show bump, will pull it back, it'll pitch nowhere near.
Obviously that's a safety squeeze, or just to give everybody an opportunity where the Assumption will go defensively. It was not a squeeze.
They'll show bunt again, and this time it's fouled back. Something you practice every day, something that seems so easy, but you get in there in a game situation. And
bat has to be at a 45-degree angle, has to be in front of the plate, and you have to catch the baseball. And he's trying to throw it as hard as he can, so you pop it up.
This time a strike.
Then he comes back with a slider. Sometimes the game isn't fair.
2 strikes. It's likely going to see Bedell swing it away. This time he does and sends it foul. On to the tennis courts. I don't think those young guys were expecting a baseball out of right field.
I'd start a runner. You're going to see a breaking ball, something down.
Got him swinging. downstairs. The runner at first who don't batter, 2 down.
That's a quality pitch right there.
Swung right on through a breaking ball that dipped down. Like you said, though, you got a sophomore behind the plate, June, who's a pretty good sophomore, but nonetheless, you got to make him think, put a runner in motion, see if he makes that throw. Got him swinging inside. Runners on the corners, 2 away. 0-0 ball game. Game 1 went to Central. Davenport Central got the edge in that 5th and never looked back. This one down and off.
Things got a little interesting.
They did.
The Knights made a jab at it, but couldn't finish.
Nice block. Seth Adrian keeps that runner at third. Runner at first, last second makes a delayed run to second. They hold it.
It's a good job on all parts. Down angle, break from first. Nice job by Adrian just to eat it.
2-1. Off the plate, outside. 3-1 now.
Now the worst thing a pitcher can do is stand there and hold his palms up to the sky from the umpire. Don't show anybody up.
Strike of the knees and the count runs full. With 2 outs, trying to keep this thing alive. 9-hole man Elijah Mitchell. Takes ball 4, and we go to the top of the order for Davenport Central.
It's a good at bat. Now there's trouble.
Bases loaded, 2 down, force all the way around for Davenport Assumption as Central tries to take the first lead in this game. Fleming, eager to be the hero, takes a swing at one down and out.
Great pitch. Said dead red. He throws that breaking ball, you jump.
Down and out. Yet again, Seth Adrian, a real defensive catcher back there, has been able to stop a number of them from going back to the backstop.
Been doing that a while. Well, now you breaking ball he missed. Breaking ball you missed. Dead red.
2 balls, 1 strike. An extra base hit would score as many as 3 with some good speed over there at first base and a good healthy lead out of the windup. This one up and out.
That was the pitch to let it all fly. 2-1. Dead red. Center cut. And you just missed.
Broderson with 42 pitches, 24 of them being strikes, 18 of them being balls. He's a little bit all over the plate at times. Walked a couple. The 2-2. Popped up and back. Out of play. Got him swinging inside, and Assumption gets out of the jam. Bases loaded. No run score as we go to the bottom of the second. Assumption still looking for that first lead. No run scored. No one plated. The strikeout to end it and sit them on down. High school baseball here on MC22. Assumption and Davenport Central with no score here on the second game. It was Central who took that first game. of the overall. MC22 and the River Music Experience is proud to bring original music programming to the channel lineup. Rhythm and Roots featuring interviews and performances from local Quad City musicians as well as national acts. Watch Rhythm and Roots right here on MC22 and visit mc22.net for exclusive content and information. Well, it's Daniel Powers now, who pitched a pretty good one in game one. Ended up being handed the loss, but nonetheless, defensively here now trying to get something started, or offensively that is, trying to get something started for Assumption, as they've been able to just plate one run in the last 8 innings.
Pitch good enough to win game one. I'll tell you that.
Jumps on the first one, foul straight back. Man, this Assumption team, they're one strike hitters. They're jumping on that fastball.
Go early. Lay off breaking ball first pitch, sit dead red, go to work. You get it, let it fly. Now's that split finger. Watch him move the ball around in his glove.
At the knees, strike 2. Eddie Van Camp has had it so far today.
Boy, has he.
At times he struggled with walks, but not today. He's been able to really bring it against Assumption as this one's lifted. Sky high out to center, but they're under it. And Brendan Gugelich will make it for the first out.
But he's around the zone. And good things will happen if you continue to throw strikes.
DH now Juarez. Facing Van Camp for his first time today at the 6, 7, 8 part of the Assumption lineup. Assumption yet to be able to get a hit across. They out-hit Central in game one, but the errors are what hurt them. They've already been able to produce 1 error here in the second game. Swings through a high fastball, 0-2 out of the gates now. Breaking ball just barely missing. Something Van Camp's been able to do, though, is get ahead of these hitters. Then he's been able to work around, throws a breaking ball down and in. He can come with another breaking ball if he wants here down, and he's still even with a 2-2 count.
I'd double up right here. Double up, throw it again. But he may go high with the hard stuff.
And he does dig in that glove, doesn't he?
Yep.
Got him looking. Outside corner, strike 3, 2 down. Back to the dugout for Juarez.
Froze him. Outer half. Throw to a spot. Beautiful. Catcher sets the glove. You hit it. You get it.
Jeremy McIntosh now. This one's going to come downstairs. Back in that first game of the doubleheader, got a single. Went 1 for 3, coming up for his first time here in the second game, and this one fouled back.
Home plate umpire throwing knuckleballs back to the pitcher.
Pretty good ones, too.
Yeah, it was really good. It was. Don Umlin does a great job. Tremendous umpire, tremendous official. Kevin Ferris did a great job in game one as well.
This one's liner out to left. Will give a bounce right in front of Josh Hahn, and it will be the first hit for Assumption in today's game.
That signature McIntosh inside-out left-handed swing. He's got older brothers pretty good at it too. Stay in, up, boom. Ball in her half. You know he's going well when the ball's either in the 5-6 hole or in the left center field gap. But when he rolls over and hits the ball to the second baseman, not good.
Noah Wyman now, the righty, will dig in. And take a ball down and out the shortstop. Able to cover a lot of ground over there at short for Coach Billy Argo. He's trying to find that offense, though, to match his defense. 0 for 3 in today's contest versus today's contest with Davenport Central in that first game.
Needs to get bigger and stronger.
Time a strike in. Wyman not happy with it. Runner on the move a bit. They'll throw it down over to first, but he's back. McIntosh got a nice jump, but got himself back in time on a bouncer.
Sit dead red right here if you're Wyman. 8-hitter, down 3-1 in the count. Pitcher doesn't want to waste something. Go to work. That wasn't a 3-1 hack. Hello, tennis court.
Foul ball again. I don't know if no one's yelling, watch out or
Watch
what.
out.
I got no idea.
Get out there, Noah.
3-2 count with 2 away. Trying to send him down and get him back over to the third.
Infielder's got to go across.
Lifted and fouled again on that right side.
McIntosh getting his sprint work in.
Wyman really extending this at bat here. Going to be the 8th pitch of the at bat. Good matchup with Wyman and Van Camp. Righty-righty matchup. Runner on the move, and it's fouled yet again.
Hey, nobody wants to give in. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Runner on the move again. This one lifted out towards center. And it's the second baseman giving some change. Aiden De La Rosa showing how far he can go. Back into his right he goes to retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors, and just 1 left. Stranded to the third. Still no score between Assumption and Davenport Central. Assumption High School as Davenport Central comes to town. They were able to take game 1. This is game 2 between the Blue Devils and the Knights. With John Marks, I'm Zach Mackey.
Come on, DC, here we go.
And it is the top half of the order. 2, 3, 4 coming up for the Blue Devils, who came close back in that second. Had the bases loaded, but just couldn't get the clutch hit to be able to put the first run plated in. Will Krantz comes to the plate now after a single coming his last time, and the first one misses.
You're right, though. There was a pretty long second inning
Yeah.
with not much
No.
produced.
Bases loaded in that top half, and the bottom half we saw a couple of walks come across and some real battles as this one misses. 2 balls, no strikes now.
Nice, relax, 3. Come on, big man.
3 balls, no strikes. As Julian Broderson comes back out now for his 3rd inning of work. That time he finds it with a fastball.
I love the way Krantz plays the game. Picks it everything up at short, swings the bat well, came in and pitched, got the save in game 1.
Real baseball players. This one's doubted out for ball 4 and a walk.
Just one of those guys that plays and does it well.
Leadoff man's going to be aboard. For the first time at today's game for Davenport Central. Aiden De La Rosa got a fly out back in that first inning. Still searching for that first hit here in game 2. Righty comes set and home with it. A couple of coaches, and Coach Carty and Coach Arco, they want to play the small ball. Seen a couple of bunts laid down to these first couple of innings. There weren't a lot of runs scored in the first game, and they don't think there's going to be a ton scored in game 2 now.
Especially from the 3-hitter.
Yeah.
Catcher throws well. You can start a runner, but the other thing is you're trying to get him over, get him in to play for a run.
Shows bunt again, and this one's going to be down and out. The throw to first. Out in time. Grants is able to get back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
If he's got a bunt, he better get the barrel out in front.
Yeah, not too often you're in the 3-4 part of your order and a 0-0 ball game, and you're trying to get a bunt down. He'll show bunt again, and this time right side down the line. Trying to field it there, and no throw. Going to be the ad for Broderson, who threw it into the leg of the first baseman, and they're going to...
He's out. They're going to say he was running inside the baseline and did not give him a path to throw the ball.
Wow, so out, and that totally changes things at first base.
And then you'll have to go back. It's a dead ball situation, not a delayed dead ball. So runner running into the path is out, and the runner goes back.
Well, that's one of those where Coach Cartry knows it's the right call. He's not going to say anything. He'll stay in the dugout.
Goes to the 2 unassisted.
Well, that's one of those, if you don't throw it, you don't get the call, and you're not going to... This is a swing strike this time where it's a good opportunity to throw even if it does go wild.
And the other side of it is, it's a great bunt.
Yeah, it was.
No reward. No reward. And we all run that. I mean, everybody runs inside the base path. No one stays in the box. Nobody.
Runner on the move this time. He's going to decide to go back. He slipped a bit on the very first start.
That was a pitch to go on.
0-2 now.
Off-speed breaking ball.
A little bit of a joke over there at first. Grants slipped that right foot when he went down to plant. Popped up and foul again as the runner was on the move. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. It's the 0-2.
Adrian's done a nice job blocking up balls in the dirt.
And has he ever. He's had a lot of them here early on. Little defensive guy that can add some power up and down this lineup of our Blackhawk College players to watch coming into these 2 games. And struggled a little bit offensively in that first game. He's coming through here defensively now, trying to get the bat turned around in game 2. It's the 1-2. As this one's lifted out towards center now. Guglic is back and under it. That's Levy, who makes the catch for the second out.
Boy, the bunt play looms huge at this point. Changes everything, the way you attack.
Spencer Darlin trying to move that runner around with 2 outs at the top of the 3rd. Runner on the move this time. Crans into second. Ball's going to be dropped. A stolen base given as it goes back out to center. Even if the throw was there and caught, it was going to be a close play at second nonetheless, as Krantz got a fairly good jump on it.
Not a real good throw, and it couldn't be knocked up by the guys at second base.
A runner in scoring position with 2 down for Central. Down and out. Chopper right back to him. Broderson's got it, and Assumption's got themselves out of the top of the 3rd. Bottom half of the inning coming your way. Bottom of the 3rd around the corner, no score. Assumption in Davenport Central. Back right after this here on MC22. Bottom half of the order coming up now for Assumption. 9-1-2 as they try to plate their first run here in Game 2. And we have Kidstock returning to the channel summer lineup. Experience this one-of-a-kind youth music program from the River Music Experience in Davenport, Iowa. See replays of all 3 sessions right here on MC22. Know a great kid interested in joining one of the bands? Visit riversidemusicexperience.org and sign up today. And Jason Willers to go ahead and get this thing started. They'll play him straight away out there defensively. Willers, the 9-hole man who was not in this lineup in the first game. Get an opportunity here in Game 2, and he makes the most of it. A base hit on the right side. It gets through the infield. And the leadoff man's on for Assumption for the first time today.
Nice job. Stayed inside of baseball, drove the ball the other way. Hit it hard enough that he had to bust it just to try to beat it to first because some right fielders playing shallow will try to make a play on that.
Well, Jace Levy coming to the plate. It's been Davenport Central who so far has had the answer for Levy. He's hitting 508 coming into this. He went 0 for 3 in the first game. He's 0 for 1 here in Game 2. This one going to be a strike of the outer third. One of the hottest hitters not only in this conference but in this state right now.
Caused some damage.
This one fouled. He was really robbed of what should have been a base hit by Guglielch, who made a diving stop out in center. Just a great play in Game 1.
Boy, was it. Over the shoulder, diving to the gap. If he misses it, he may circle.
Here's the 0-2. Got him looking. Strike 3 up of the zone. Breaking ball. 1 away.
No thanks, just looking. Wow. 12-6 him. Flat-footed, drive, set, boom, yak. See ya.
See Levy's face. He just hasn't been confident up there today. Just hasn't really felt like he has throughout this season.
Great pitch.
There's Brian Wohlers now, who takes a ball up in the zone. Fired to first. And Willers is back in time.
Not the fastest guy in the ballpark, not the slowest guy in the ballpark. If I'm Bill Argo, maybe in a pitch or two, we start a runner.
It's a piece of it that time to make it a 2-1 count. Eddie Van Camp, 52 pitches so far. Right-hander has been able to have the answer. He got himself in a couple of jams, but has pitched his way out of it. As this one's lifted out towards left. Diving play out in left field, and he made the catch. Josh Hahn coming in on that play out in left field, comes diving in, gets it right before it hits the ground, and hey, even the sunglasses look to be okay.
They're $180. You make a nice running play, you dive. This is a nice read. Ball hit hard, comes, gets it. Great catch. Top hand, right hand over to protect. He rolls. Oakley's go with hat.
Just the way they teach it, that top hand coming on top keeps it intact, and this one coming as a strike of the first one.
Keep that hand there so you can roll and come back up and show the baseball.
Nick Catilla walked his last time up. This one out of play. Catilla, who flew out twice to center, had a base hit in his very first at bat. The first hit in this series between these two. Hasn't been able to find pay dirt since then, as this one's going to go up And out of the zone, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's that split finger or the knuckleball, whatever he's choking in there to. That one just took off. No tumble, no nothing. Just missed.
Doubted out some of the fans from Central thought maybe it was close. Just
It
barely
was.
gonna miss. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on the move, and this one fouled.
Where's your favorite Big Ten stadium?
Probably Nebraska.
Oh.
Just because
That
of
was
the
the
fact
easiest
that you're
part.
going to have,
Easiest question of the day.
probably 5,000 people in there. So,
Yeah. And they're going to be in your grill the entire night.
yeah.
It still amazes me that a Darren Erstad coach club struggled.
This one fouled down the line. Yeah, it's crazy how quick it can turn around from going to win a Big Ten title to not even making the conference tournament all in one season. Here's the payoff.
That may go.
This one's lifted out towards right now. Right fielder retreating, and he's right in front of that warning track. Will go ahead and make the catch out in very deep right field. The longest ones we've seen hit in today's game. Elijah Mitchell makes the catch and retires the side. Through 3, still no score. Zeros across the board. Back for the 4th after this on MC 22. Zero, no score. 2 hits apiece so far through 3 innings. We take you back to the top of the 4th. It's going to be the 6, 7, 8 part of the lineup coming up for Davenport Central to face Julian Broderson for the 2nd time through. So far, the pitchers have had a day. Julian Broderson for Davenport Assumptions kept it zeros across, and Eddie Van Camp's got himself out of a couple of jams along the stretch as well.
But you're right. 2nd time through makes a huge difference now.
Gogulich got himself on with an error back in the 1st inning. Coming up for his first official at bat. This one turned him foul down the line. Foul ball. It's the 0-1. Too low. .63 pitches so far for Broderson. As we sit at the top of the 4th, these pitchers have battled in counts a little bit. Those pitch counts a little bit higher than what we saw in the 4th inning of Game 1. Popped up and back. It was Assumption, though, that never had to go to the bullpen in that 1st game. This is just the 2nd arm that they've used today, so they should have some back of the bullpen awaiting.
And these are conference games. They'll extend, and they won't work until Saturday with their bullpens.
Got him looking inside, strike 3, and the first one retired.
Nice backdoor slider right there. Good hard finish. Adrian sticks that ball in her half. Good pitch.
Right at the knees, and Josh Hand had a single his last time up. Got himself as far as 2nd base, but just couldn't get through. Get into that left-handed box. Good hitter, and this one's high and inside.
And they made a nice defensive play. The diving catch in the inning, the last half inning.
Down to down.
Broderson exclusively out of the stretch now. Must have found a comfort zone in his finish.
Yeah.
It happens.
This one up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. Out of the bag, gets seconded out to center. Josh Hines having himself a day. 2 for 2 now.
I like his swing. I like the way he goes and gets it in the outfield. Good hitter. He can run a little.
I've also often thought a guy like Broderson, like you said at the beginning, who struggles with that arm placement, release point, you know, when you're switching things up between the windup and stretch, it's kind of hard to find that happy medium. If you go out of the stretch the whole time, you can get that kind of rhythm. I could see, I don't know if that plays any bit of a factor here with Broderson, but
it's the perfect short-term fix.
Yeah.
And if you want to continue, that's fine. You know, how many big leaguers are doing it now? It's whatever the comfort zone. And pitchers are all mental anyway, so it's got to be feel and touch for them every second, and I get it.
I'll fire it to first, not quite in time.
I like it. Adrian likes to throw the ball around.
He does.
That's okay. I'm okay with that.
No fear.
No, no fear, and everybody's on their toes.
Upstairs, too high, 2-1 now.
But you made that point. We're 72 pitches now.
Yeah. Still 2 outs remaining here in the 4th. Fouled off. See more foul balls in this contest than the last one combined for both teams.
Neither club has really barreled the ball up much at all. And we knew with the arms that we would have today that could be commonplace. But my goodness.
As this one's lifted out towards right now, right in front of that warning track. Ryan Walls will get under to make the catch. 2 down now.
Waller's big, strong kid, can play an infield position, and it's a nice problem to have if you're Assumption and Bill Argo. You can put him in the outfield. He can play a corner. He'll just always play hard.
Righty-righty matchup. First one's going to be lifted out towards center, but right to center fielder Jace Levy, who comes in on it and has that 3rd out to retire the side in the top of the 4th. The leadoff base hit, can't make anything of it. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left stranded. To the bottom of the 4th we go. No score. Central and Assumption here on MC 22. No score, nothing across. Lots of zeros on the board here so far in game 2. Both teams eagerly awaiting, trying to get themselves on. We've had a couple of opportunities with runners at 2nd and 3rd in scoring position, but nothing so far. Assumption now will try it in the bottom of the 4th. As this first one is left-sided, picked up now by Connor Bedell across the diamond. He's got it. 1 away. Adrian retired on the first pitch of the 4th. Hard hit ball to the hot corner. Loved to no problem for Adrian as it brings up Daniel Powers, who flew out over to center his last time. Powers, a 3rd baseman, wears number 34. Going to be playing baseball at Kansas State next year. Got a brand new coaching staff.
But he won't have that thing in his hand. He won't be using that next year. The bat? Nah, he'll be
Nothing.
a PO. Yeah, his life as a hitter is over. And that's okay.
Got him swinging upstairs. 1-1 now.
They didn't invite him to Kansas State to hit, even though he's a pretty good one.
Yeah. This one out to right. Back a couple of steps, and Mitchell has it for the 2nd out. 2 down. Donovan Juarez, 2 up, 2 down, and trying to prevent a 1-2-3 inning.
Just behind the baseball again. Hands dragging. Good pitch by Van Camp.
Just barely missing on that outside corner for a first pitch ball out of the zone. This one skied high out to center again. Last second making some adjustments. Guglic, who did not get under it right away, was able to scoot it down and get under it to retire the side. 1-2-3 very quickly. It's Van Camp who gets himself out of the fourth and sends us on to the fifth inning. We've got our Sexton Ford game summary coming up.
Our talk of the town highlights. Not many. Nick Kranz starts it off with a base hit up the middle. Off Julian Broderson. But Eddie Van Camp will return the favor and punches out Donovan Juarez. And then Jared Mackett. Tosh will single for the Assumption Knights. And then maybe the play of the game. The Aiden De La Rosa bunt with a runner on first. Great bunt. Broderson throws it. Never gets there, but they call De La Rosa for being on the baseline and obstruction. And then Jason Willers. Shorty gets himself a knock for the Assumption Knights, and that's where we stand. We're still doing it.
Well, if you like defensive highlights, you would have liked those, but there is not much offense coming so far. No score. We had a 3-1 ball game in game one where Davenport Central was able to get the lead in that fifth inning. They held on. No runs scored past the fifth. We're into the fifth and no runs scored so far. Davenport Central is going to have the top of their order. 1-2-3 coming up. There's Julian Broderson for now the third time. Nick Fleming, who has struck out and grounded out, trying to find a little bit of success here now.
Any old kind of run somewhere will do something.
First one misses the zone. Broderson, fairly good numbers coming into this. Now the numbers Powers has been able to put up, but yet still a 3-1 record with a relatively low ERA.
Back to the windup.
You're right. It's the 2-0. And look at this, 3 balls, no strikes.
Soon to be into the stretch. It's that arm slot again. He's across the body. Ball taking off.
Strike.
If I'm Fleming and I'm Davenport, I take one more. Make him throw me, get it to full, make it at least a 6 pitch at bat, and win it.
Up and out of the zone, ball 4 and a leadoff walk given.
Do you bunt? Do you hit and run? Fleming runs.
Well, so far, they haven't been able to get the bunt down. Central, but.
Yep. Fleming runs. Kranz can handle the bat.
Fleming able to reach. And for the second time, Central has their leadoff man on. The check to first. And in time. Opponents are batting .206 versus Broderson. So far, that average has been way low, just 2 hits. Check back again and not in time. Allowed just 6 earned runs in now 34 innings. He's been solid.
Knew we were going to slug bunt. I like that idea. Pull it back, slap it. Now start the runner.
Show bunt, go after one down in the dirt, but misses, and It's a second strike. It'll be handed now to Will Krantz.
That's the one thing he hasn't done well all day. He offered it a breaking ball in the dirt.
Yeah.
Nice relaxing there. Trust him.
A solid baseball guy. Been out in the outfield, came into the infield, pitched a couple of innings in game one. Able to throw a couple of pitches up as this one's fouled down and back.
Off the shin guard of Seth Adrian. Straight change. Who would have thunk? 0-2 straight change on a
There's a couple of dirty pants, man.
I like it.
Got some dirt all over them. They checked over there a couple of times.
That's why they make washing machines.
Slow bouncer. This one back to the pitcher at a heads-up play as Broderson will go over to second and get that lead man. And does get that first out of the inning, one away with a runner still at first.
Did a really nice job. Once he fielded the baseball, he was a little unsure, short hop, but threw a dime to Wyman. That's a really nice play by Broderson.
One away, and Aiden De La Rosa coming up. Central trying to get to the scoreboard for the first time today, and this one a ball off the plate. 1-0 now. One ball, no strikes, one away. Big swing inside on a fastball that just came firing right on through, and the count 1-1.
Wonder why the game takes so long? People who yell out signals with the wristbands.
Yeah, good deal. It's starting to become the thing. You see it everywhere.
Yep.
Runner on the move. Swinging strike down inside. No play to be had at second.
Everybody's got to step out. Got to read the. But it's the same thing with calling pitches, where the wristband make the chart.
No. And Adrian's a guy that can block it. He can block it behind there, and it comes through again.
It's always been that way. Not afraid to get dirty. He's that hard-nosed kid, that linebacker in football. Stick his nose where it doesn't belong, and maybe leave it there a while.
There's the 2-2 coming in. Up and out. Fouled off, more life. 90th pitch. Covered at that time out of Julian Broderson, even after getting out of an inning fairly quickly back in the fourth. Pitch count's getting up there in the top of the fifth inning. That's one out, ball four, second walk of this inning, and now 2 men after with one away.
That's a really nice bad play by De La Rosa. Got behind, won again. Fought it back, fouled one off, won the at bat. And now your four-hitter.
Now Zach Wirt, who leads this team with 18 RBIs, trying to get number 19 and 20 to come on home. Try to give his team a lead as this one's coming in as a strike of the outer third.
Pretty good contact guy. Does a nice job behind the dish. Always finds a way to put the ball in play.
Check back. Wirtz, who has 12 RBIs in conference games, hitting pretty well at .440 when it comes to MAC baseball.
No.
Adrian stops it, 1-1. Up and out of the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. 0-0. Zach Work.
He loses him. You might have to go have a chat. You might have to someone stir in the bullpen.
Time going to be taken now as wind starts back up and the dust starts coming through. Just missing.
Got to throw a strike here. Sit, sit, sit.
Ball 4, and the bases become loaded with still just 1 out. Second time now that Davenport Central will have the bases loaded, but this time they're going to try to come through with runs. Time going to be taken down by the Knights.
Chris Dilley out to talk to Broderson. 4 1/3, 3 hits, 5 punch outs, and 5 walks and 4 punch outs, which is the reason he has 96 pitches. Still has a little velo. It just lost that touch. The release point again.
Nice little conversation.
So we'll have the corners in and try to turn it in the middle if you're the Assumption Knights.
Assumption was able to turn a couple of double plays, a big one back in that first game. Haven't turned any here in the second now. It's a righty-righty matchup. Spencer Darlin, big tall right-hander, will dig in, try to barrel one up, try to get one up in the air out to the outfield, and this one fouled back.
It's the third different bat he's used today, Darlin. He's got real flat feet and his hands drag.
This one down the line, it is just going to stay fair. Powers will pick it up off the first, not in time. A run scores, and Central has the 1-0 lead.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Let it roll.
Yeah.
One more rotation, and I think it's a foul ball.
I think so too. I was heading right on down the line, and looked like a ball like that was going to keep on traveling down foul.
He runs hard. I think you're right. It's a great view. Right? Yep, it's going to go foul.
Yeah. This one comes high and inside for a ball. Run it on out of there. Skulich, so an infield base hit, give it to Spencer Darlin to keep the bases full. Still just 1 out in a 1-0 ball game. This one on the ground. There's your double play. The toss across the diamond to first. In time, and the double play gets Assumption out of it, but not before Central is able to cross a run. First one of the second game, 1-0. Davenport Central leads the way as we get you on to the bottom of the fifth. Central plates one. They're in the fifth to give them that 1-0 lead. 4 hits coming their way. Assumption's just been able to get 2 here through 4 innings. They've got the 7, 8, 9 part of their lineup due up here now. The bottom half of the inning, we said it in game 1, saying it again here now. Assumption's had the pitching. It's the bats that just haven't been alive here against Central today.
Great idea right there. Finish.
McIntosh shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's a strike on the outer third.
Just make people move.
He slapped a base hit over to the left side his last time up, as this one's up and out, 1-1.
Van Camp has been tremendous.
One and 2 the count.
Come on, bud.
This one hop, short. Over to first in time. Kranz has got it. 1-1.
Breaking ball or off-speed stuff. He stayed back, hit the ball the other way. And this is a nice job by Kranz to stay home. Stayed behind it, threw a dime. He could pick it. I like him.
Noah Weinman now. Popped out over to second base. Back into second. Down and out. Assumption's bottom part of their order are where the hits have come. McIntosh having the one hit. Weiler's the 9-hole man who's standing on deck has the other hit. Those first 6 hitters have not been able to get much going in today's game. There's the 2-0. Real surprise being Jace Levy, who leads about every offensive category in the MAC, is 0 for 5 in the 2 games so far versus Davenport Central.
I would make him throw 2 strikes here if I'm Wyman.
3-0. There's strike 1.
Down a run, 5th inning. You're the 8 hitter. Don't give in. It's got to be 1 pitch in 1 spot.
So this one's lifted to center. In on it now, coming onto a knee. Googlich will get it. 2 down.
Nice play. Late break. Comes in. Didn't need to slide. Makes the catch. Finishes it. He covers a little ground too.
Yeah.
He throws a lot of leather out there.
Breaking ball. Fouls it back for strike 1. Not afraid to come out of the gates with a breaking ball, Van Camp.
Come on, Jason.
This one missing, the count will split. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Second strike, give it in there. Got him swinging inside, turned on it down with a strikeout. 1, 2, 3. Van Camp sits him down now in the 5th. Through 5, we're on to the 6th with Central coming back up. They lead it 1-0 over Assumption. Now we're on to the 6th with Central getting that 1 run at the top of the 5th. And they have come out this time, Assumption, with a brand new arm going to the bullpen for the very first time today. They went with a starter in game 1, went all the way through. This time Brandon Schulsting is coming in with his 10th appearance.
Right-hander Brandon Schlichting, 11th appearance overall, 3-1, 1.75 earning, 20 innings pitched, 18 hits, 13 walks, 21 punch-outs. Right-hander Brandon Schlichting.
Julian Broderson, who started this game, went almost 100 pitches through those 5 innings. Deep into some counts. Got himself into a jam last inning. Was able to get out of it with a double play ball, but Coach Argo going to the bullpen here now into the 6th as the count evens up to 1 ball and 1 strike versus Josh Hand, the 7-8-9 part of the Davenport Central lineup. Hand hitting down to the 7th hole, but he's been hitting pretty well at it. 2 base hits. 1 of the 2nd, 1 of the 4th, puts him 2 for 2 today.
He's got an idea. Hands stay back even if the front side's out front. Right there.
This one left side. It's going to be a liner, and it gets past the mitt. Down and outside and running after it. It's going to be Nick Gottitilla. Round first on to second now. And Josh Hand is going to get himself into scoring position with nobody down.
Ball away from him, stayed inside it, drove the ball. Again, when it's only if it's only a 1-run ball game, I don't think I'd make the dive.
The first extra base hit of today's game. As Connor Bedell makes his way to the plate now, flat at a strikeout today. I put him 0 for 2.
Well, he's going to do his best to hit the ball to the right side. I hope and try to make it a 2-0 ball game.
Corners are in, middle infield's back. He'll check to second. Diving back. There's the 1-0. Out. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's the 1-1. This one a liner right over the bag at second base. A base hit for Central. They will move them on around over to third now. Runners on the corners with nobody down.
What I like about that was Chris Carty gave him an opportunity and gave Beadle an opportunity to make contact and drive a baseball. And he did. Got a hanger out over the middle of the plate. Now we have runners at first and third, nobody out.
Pinch runner here. 11 for 3.
David Canfield will run.
They're going to get a runner in there, and they're going to try to add to a 1-0 lead already. Canfield to run. Over there at first base, adds a little bit of speed here on the top of the 6th as Davenport Essentials trying to pile it on with a brand new pitcher. They'll check over to third, and runner's going to be safe in plenty of time. Elijah Mitchell, the 9-hole man, up right now. Corners are still playing in, ready to field the bunt. They will show bunt down the first base line. Bare hand, and he missed it. No one's covering first, and everyone's going to be safe.
I'm going to give him a sacrifice. That's not an error.
No,
give him a hit. Yeah, give him a hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had one option to come in and barehanded. That was the only way you were going to get him.
Great job. Great call. Now first and second with your leadoff hitter and a run in. Great bunt by Elijah.
Central trying to go for the sweep of the day after taking game 1 by the score of 3-1. They lead it 2-0 at the top of the 6th, showing bunt again, and this time pulling back on a strike on the outer third is leadoff man Nick Fleming.
Now you got Canfield and Mitchell both run very well on the bases. And going to have your number 1 guy bunt.
Looking back to second.
And you wonder why your defensive players are on their heels. Spin move to second, 5 throws over. Yeah. Play the game. Play the game.
Popped up, out to right. Right fielder's going to have to make the catch. They'll come up throwing to go ahead and keep that runner at second. And the first out of the inning is into the glove of right fielder Ryan Walls. Go to 2-hole man Will Krantz now.
I think they would have been better off bunting the baseball. Now everything's going their way. And Wohlers made a nice catch, he made a nice throw. But you got runners at second and third. Krantz can bunt, you can squeeze twice.
This one a strike coming each side of the right-hander. Righty-righty matchup at the top of the 6th. Central leading at 2-0 with 1 away and 2 men out there. Down and out. Seen 2 really good arms as starters out of Assumption. This is the first time we're getting a glimpse at their bullpen. Where it sits on a Monday. Week filled with baseball coming up for them. This one turned it foul.
It's that time of year.
Yeah.
Everything Gets toward the end of the season, you try to get as many games as you possibly can and to prepare yourself to play at the next level. Tournament time will be here in a couple weeks. Then it's win or go home.
This one a liner down that right field line. Right fielder giving chase, and it's off his mitt. Off the mitt of Wohlers. Rounding second and over for third now. It's going to keep the bases filled here with one out.
That ball just kept turning and turning and turning away, but Wohlers 9 times out of 10 makes that play. He just went there, got there, just didn't catch it. Did everything but. Now bases are loaded.
Off the end of the mitt. They've had that happen a couple of times. His Assumption in today's game have not been as sharp as Coach Billy Arco would like to see defensively. One's going to be low and inside. Ball one coming in. Central trying to lay it on whenever they have the opportunity. There haven't been a lot of opportunities throughout these two games. This one fouled down. 1-1 the count.
Nice block.
Adrian keeps it there.
Wow, he saved a run there. Kranz is going to get a fastball.
This one on the ground over to short. They'll get the toss across the diamond over to first, and yet again, the double play comes up big to go ahead and get Assumption out of the inning and avoid what could have been complete disaster. Another run comes home. 2-0 Central leading as we get you to the bottom of the 6th after this. You're watching high school baseball right here on MC22. Back-to-back innings now. Central's been able to get a run in the 5th and 6th to make it a 2-0 game as we go to the top of the order for Assumption. They've got the bottom of the 6th and the bottom of the 7th to try to get 2 runs, maybe even 3, to be able to split this series after Central was able to take game 1 to go ahead and win that one. It's the top of the order. Jace Levy, who's struggled today in this series with Davenport Central. He's been good throughout the year. This one down and in for ball 1. A strikeout and a flyout. 1-0 is going to be lifted down the right field line. And the count will leave it up at 1-1. Fouled back. 1-2 now. Still the starter, Eddie Van Camp in here. Started things up for Central. Really been able to shut down and keep Davenport Assumption to just 2 hits so far. No runs, and he takes a hack at one down. Sometimes when things aren't going, they're just not.
They're not, and they're not going to get any better. Some days you just got to wear it and move on.
Strikeout to sit down Levy, and now we go to Ryan Wohlers. Just chased one down to the zone. Breaking ball. Now Wohlers, who hasn't had a lot of success at the top of this order, no one's been able to get a hit until you get all the way down to 7-hole man Jeremy McIntosh. 7 and 9 have been the lone 2 hitters in this lineup. A fly out and a strikeout for Wohlers today, and this one's going to be fouled down the first base line.
Never thought I'd see Assumption come when we have 2 hits.
Even up with their errors. 2 hits and 2 errors in today's game. Down and out of the count, 2-1.
Going to pose a tough question to you here. Van Camp still cruising, doing a nice job. Closing in on 100 pitches. Do you send him out? Do you get through this inning? You send him out in the 7th? You might exceed that 100?
This one fouled back. I think you do, especially against a team that's #1 of the state right now in Assumption. Top of the Class 3A. We see what's happened when you go to the bullpen sometimes. A little bit of trying to settle in. Assumption saw it. Wouldn't be surprised, as this is pitch number 90 sent into the air down that first base line of foul. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away.
I'm really impressed with the way Davenport Central picks it up. When they throw it, they've been, come to the forefront when they had to put a ball in play. Got excellent pitching today.
This one fouled again. Off the end of the bat, it goes foul. Umpires ran out of baseballs. We've had so many foul balls today.
I was just going to make fun of the budget, but
trying to wrangle them all down. The payoff. This one a liner that will get behind the bag at second and will get through for a base hit. 1 out knock coming out of Ryan Wohlers, and that's the 3rd hit of today's game for Assumption. So they get a man on.
That's huge. Now go Tilla, and then your 4-hitter Adrian, trying to make something happen.
Just under the bend, good reach out of Will Krantz, but again, that was in behind the bag at second. He's got good range. Just a little bit too far. Now Catilla will come walking on up, but so will Coach Chris Cardy.
You can take the ball from him?
Yeah, it appears so.
Wow. Somebody tip your hat to Eddie Van Camp.
93 pitches strong. What an outing today.
Yes, sir. Great work.
Able to go some long distances there and able to really eat up Assumption. They're going to have to go to the bullpen here for the first time in this second game.
Zach Wirt, catch the first one, close the second one.
The junior going to get the call out of the bullpen.
Huge. Runner on first and 1 out. We get a little giddy with his fastball because he's got catcher's arm. Appearance number 10, 3-1 with a 2.85 earned run average, 19 2/3 innings pitched, 17 hits, 11 walks, and 22 strikeouts. Right-hander Zach Wirt. He could throw it.
Just a junior right here. There's some life in that dugout. Davenport Central excited about this season, a complete change from where they were at a season ago, and they're trying to take 2 here from the top team in Class 3A, Davenport Assumption.
I can't remember the last time I ever saw or heard Assumption getting swept. I know it. I mean, it's happened. Just I don't see. It doesn't happen often, and it's not done yet.
Still 5 outs remaining out there for Assumption offensively. They've got a runner at first right here.
I did witness the Assumption girls softball team have its 55-game win streak snapped, and then they lost 1 more. They lost a doubleheader that night. And then the coach never was allowed Pete Ivanek and I back to do a broadcast. Coach Farrell, great guy. He said we jinxed him.
He's 55 straight in this sport.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
In any sport.
Yeah.
55 straight free throws in your backyard.
Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. Strike inside.
He's trying to tie the ball game up with 1 swing.
Yeah.
Didn't matter how short of a porch it is in right field.
This one's lifted out towards left now. Left fielder's retreating back, and Nick Cotillo is going to lose this one. It's going to go down, and the runners are going to be to first and second. No, he's going to be out at second. And they're trying to double him up over here at first base now.
You have 1 umpire yelling safe, 1 umpire yelling catch.
Wow, it was into the mid, and then on the return is what it must have been. Coach Argo is going to get both those guys back out there. The umpires are going to talk now. They're trying to figure this thing out, get to the bottom of it. So it kind of rolled right on through. We'll try to get our best angle of it as well on that play out and left. Umpires Don Umblin and Kevin Ferris are having words right now over at second base, trying to determine.
I believe it's on the exchange.
Yeah.
It is. And then he's out. Home plate umpire out signaling safe. Base umpire had it out the whole way, and they had a double play. One guy safe, one out. But it was is our view, because we have replay, is the exchange. So it should be an out, and it wound up being a double play.
And it's really hard when it's a double play, like you said, whenever one umpire is saying safe like that. I mean, going off what the umpires are saying.
And we've got two of the better umpires around.
Having some conversations. They're going to call both head coaches together, especially if you're Coach Argo. You know that there was a play that first game where a diving catch that was kind of pinpointed in. You already were kind of left out of a play that probably should have went the other way. We'll see what they end up making the deterrence of this one.
This is a catch, and only because we have replay, and it's a drop on the exchange. So this should stand. It should be double play. But you've got one guy one way, one guy the other. We've got everything right here. This is a great job, you guys, in the truck. Catch, exchange.
Yeah. He just was looking at the runners, and with that didn't see exactly where the ball was in the glove.
Exactly.
And it looks like they may be going to keep some guys out there because Coach Chris Carty is not too happy about this.
He's going to put them back out.
Wow. So both guys are going to be put back out there. Runners at first and second base here now. Totally changes things.
E7.
It's one of those things where it's like you want to nudge the umpire and say, hey, we got a replay.
We have a replay, but you can't.
I know.
And remember, you're dealing with human beings.
Yeah.
And an umpire who was out in position to make the call, doing his job.
So one out, runners at first and second at the bottom of the sixth. These calls are game-changing calls as this one's up and outside for a ball, 1-0. Zach Wirtz, who came in out of the bullpen. Down and out to four-hole man Seth Adrian. 4-5-6, part of the Assumption lineup. Adrian, though, with a ground out once to second and once over to third. As this one's lifted. Shallow shortstop area.
Infield fly rule.
And that will retire the second out of the inning, 2 away. Adrian was not happy with that. To be able to put that ball in play, move those guys around, and now there's 2 down with 2 out there. And Daniel Powers at the play. And a couple of long flyouts so far, but hasn't been able to find the base hit. First pitch strike coming out of the way to Zach Wirtz.
And Work got away with not pausing. Just grabbed it and threw it right there. Could have been a balk. He's got to throw a fastball here to Power.
Come on.
2 strikes. Daniel Powers trying to battle now. Will choke up and shorten down that swing a bit with a 2-2 count, 2 away. Up and in. Full count, 2 down and 2 out there. Assumption needs 2 to tie it, 3 to take the lead, as Davenport Central took game 1 of this series. Down and out. Zach Wirtz walks him, but the bases become loaded.
Juarez has struggled mightily today. Chance to be a hero.
Zach Wirtz, when he gets into a rhythm there, he likes to go. And back at top of the mound, ready to go against Donovan Juarez. Fastball right down the chute. He just goes. This one's going to be down and out, and some of the fans are saying there was no pause there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, bases loaded. Down and out.
Nice save.
Nick Fleming. I think under at that time. And Fleming's going to come out to have a word.
Hey, deep breath. Here we go, big fella.
Tom Umlin might have said, hey, go up there and tell him to pause a little bit, too. He's getting a little bit quick on it.
Well, you don't want to be the umpire that makes that balk call in this situation, but rule's a rule.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down, bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded. Assumption trying to tie this game up. If not, just plate their first run. Base hit, or on the ground. This one a bouncer to third. Cross the diamond, and there's the inning as Central is able to get out of it. No runs scored, and we go to the 7th. Last chance for Central to add some more on. Assumption still trying to battle 2-0. In the lead are the Blue Devils. Seventh inning coming up. Central trying to add some. They've been able to get 1 run to the 5th, 1 to the 6th. 7 hits so far for the Blue Devils. With John Marks, I'm Zach Mackey, back from Assumption High School for Game 2. This 2-part doubleheader. Game 1 went to Central already. They won it 3-1 and try to go with the clean sweep against the top team in Class 3A. Zach Wirtz to get this thing started. The DH coming up for his 4th time today. Has not been able to get a run in Game 2, and this one down at out ball.
He's done a nice job coming in, cleaning up the mess. Oh, there really wasn't a mess that Van Camp left.
Down and out, 2-0. Schulsting at times has really been able to sling at 21 strikeouts. This kind of big strikeout guy. 13 walks in those 22 innings. Here's the 3-0 coming in. This time right down the gut. 3-1. This one down that right field line is going to run foul.
If you're Assumption, it's huge Schlichting to get it out here, and if you're Central to get that, and then you have to have a runner for the pitcher, but you need to get this leadoff guy on, get him over and try to make something happen. Add to this lead.
Down and out. A ball. The leadoff man's going to be on in the top half of the 7th inning. Spencer Darnlin now.
Noah Schaefer will run for the pitcher work. Your job, Spencer Darnlin. Get the ball down. Big single, but that was 58, 59-foot single.
Check back in time. Trying to find the strike zone, Brendan Schulsting. Came in last inning. Showing bunt, straight down and foul. That first pitch strike ahead of the count.
Got to do it again, but you have to get the square and get the barrel out front. Pivot. Barrel out in front of the plate if you're going to bunt a baseball.
Strike. 0-2 now.
Hey, guys, relax. Come on. Come on, 2-1. Here we go.
Tough pitch to take.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just a bit inside. Nobody down with the runner at first out of the stretch. Righty looks. Now home with it. Barely got a piece.
I would put Schaefer in motion here.
Just out, too high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody down. No one's been able to make a play at second so far. We've had about 5 or 6 stolen bases in these double headers today, and so far the throws haven't quite been on the mark.
I thought breaking ball count would have been a good time. Did it again.
Down and out, Paul.
Now you're 3-2. You're just digging yourself a bigger hole.
Full count. Wind still coming in from right field. Inside on the arm, hit by pitch, and he's got a free base. So after a walk to the first man word, Darlin's going to draw a hit by pitch. 2 men out there now.
Inner half. Big strong kid. You can't hurt him. Not that big, dude.
Right on the forearm.
Thicker than a Whitey's malt. That kid, he's tough. Think Gog is button? Yep.
Straight back at Fowler will go.
Remember, Hahn, next guy up, has 3 hits.
Yeah.
So you want to get guys, if I'm assumption I walk him, load the bases, create a force, but I still bunt the ball, get the guys second and third.
Shows bunt, pulls it back. Here's
Great
the swing
job.
through and a base hit.
Assumption was in the wheel play.
Over the bag at second. On homecoming is going to be Schaefer. And Central now makes it a 3-0 lead.
Assumption in a wheel play, everybody moving, nobody at up the middle to field the ball. Great job.
All the way over to third going was Darlin that time as Gonchalik gets his first base hit of today's game. And now Hahn, who had a double, a single, and a single. He's a perfect 3 for 3 today. Is going to try to keep that going along with runners on the corners. And his team holding on to a 3-0 lead. Central just making it that much harder for Assumption in the bottom half of the 7th. They'll try to mount a comeback, try to even up the series. This one bunted straight down, barehanded. They'll go with the play. The play, they got it.
Nice play. Nice play by Schlichting. Come get that. Wow.
Heads up play. Smart baseball play, and Hahn's going to reach with the fielder's choice.
Almost a safety squeeze, like runner breaks after the ball's down. Schlichting comes get nice tag. Ooh. Can we see that one more time? I want to see if the hand got in and around. Oh, great job.
Let's try a strike at a breaking ball.
I think the hand got here. I'm going to cause more problems. Slide, boom, reach. He tagged. I thought he reached with the right hand.
Does look like the right hand's already on there before the ball is turned around. This one's going to be down and out for a ball. Hard part again is that Don Umlin's on the backside of that play.
Exactly.
It's hard to see that hand.
Yep.
It's the 1-1.
Really nice play by Schlichting, though.
Down and out. 2-1.
Tag. Hand around.
Yeah, it is.
He's safe. I'm not going to say any more. Get myself in trouble.
We're coming inside. It's going to be 3 balls, 1 strike.
It's one of my best friends behind the plate. I'm not saying a word.
Lifted and fouled. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
3-2. Win that battle for me, CD. Come on, big man.
Here's the payoff. Down and out, ball 4. And now the bases back become loaded with just 1 out. 9-hole man Elijah Mitchell making his way to the plate.
This is a good baseball team.
It is.
Patient at the plate. They field everything. They pitch. They catch.
Up and out. Do the simple things well. They have been able to hit against a pitching lineup that many haven't been able to. Assumptions rolled out there. Turned on and fouled. Got 9 hits in today's game.
But tremendous pitching in both games.
Yeah. 1-1. Over the plate for a strike. 1-2 down.
Hey, all right, big man. Start out. Trust him. Here we go.
I'm swinging. Down and out with a strikeout, 2 away.
That's a big time pitch right there. Real hard down at 12-6. Spin rate. Boom.
No.
Nick Fleming will take a ball down and in. Fleming hasn't had success out of that top spot so far today. He's still searching for his first base hit. 0 for 3 with the bases loaded, 2 down. Held back. A pitch up at his own, 2-0 now.
Advantage, Jake. Advantage. Here we go.
This time catching the knees, and the count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. Assumption's going to get a shot at the bottom half. So down and out. Hitters count with 2 away. Fleming will take a swing and fill it. Runners are going to be on the move with runners at first, second, and third. Full count, 2 down. Pitch is lifted out towards left, but left fielder under it. Gatella will make the catch and retire the side. 1 run comes in on 1 hit. No errors, and there's 3 more left stranded. Bottom of the 7th, last chance. Assumption trying to avoid a sweep. They need 3 to tie it and 4 to take the lead. (3-0) Assumption is going to have to try to battle back. It's 3 straight innings that Davenport Central's been able to put up a run. 5th, 6th, 7th. They've got 8 hits in today's game, and they try to add even a little bit more. They did almost add a little bit more in that top of the 7th inning with the bases loaded. Assumption out of a jam. And we get the bottom part of the order, 7, 8, 9 for Assumption. In the bottom of the 7th, trying to avoid a sweep after Central took game 1 by the score of 3-1. Strike 1 out of the gates from Zach Wirtz. Wirtz, who came in relief for Eddie Van Camp, who started this game. Camp had a good showing those first couple, and Wirtz hasn't lost anything since then.
Come on, Zach.
They're going to make you throw a strike. I know 2-1, but they're going to make you be perfect. Get on any way you possibly can. You're chasing 3.
Up and out. 3 balls, 1 strike. Strike coming in.
That was a strike.
Assumption fans looking for anything they can
Sure. I would be too, but my goodness, that ball's right down the chute.
This one swung on. Slow mover. Picked up, Wirtz. He's got it. 1-1.
Got over it. Ball up out of the strike zone. That was ball 4.
Noah Wyman, a couple of flyouts. Once over to second and once out to center. Put him 0 for 2 today. He's into the right-handed box.
Hit the bull, Nuke.
Way up.
A new league record. He hit the mascot.
That's the 1-0. Strike coming in, and the count evens to 1-1.
Come on, Zach.
Assumption's last ditched effort right here in the bottom of the 7th. So this one's lifted to left. Hans under it, and he'll make the catch. 2 away. Last out going to be coming up now for Assumption.
Come on, Zach.
Make sure you stick around as John's going to check up with the Blackhawk College player of the game as well as winning coach. Most likely Chris Carty, barring a significant comeback with 2 down. Jason Weiler's, though, trying to change that. Weiler's did have a single back of the 3rd. He struck out his last time of the 5th. Righty matchup. Just barely off the plate. 2-0 now.
He's going to wait till you throw one. Everybody in the ballpark knows that. And it's always the hardest pitch to throw.
3-0 now. Top of the order standing on deck, Jace Levy. He's had a tough day today. 4 straight that miss, and a runner out there.
When Levy hit the ball that was tracked down on the dive play early in the ball game, it just kind of snowballed, not in his favor the remainder of the day.
Adam Mativier going back out there to run.
Boy, Shorty, get it back. Come on, Chase.
Good at bat by Willers to keep his club still in the ball game.
Come on, Zach. You got this.
Levy 0 for 3 today, coming up for his 4th time. Last time he faced Wirtz, it was a strikeout for the very first out of the 6th. It's now 5 straight pitches that have not been able to find the zone. That is Zach Wirtz.
Wohler's big, strong dude on deck. Levy gets on. Could tie this up on one swing of the bat.
All of a sudden, Zach Wirtz has not been able to find the strike zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Seven straight now.
He misses here. You may see Coach Carty, that deep breath chit-chat.
Back-to-back 4 straight pitches that have missed. That's 2 walks in a row. And Assumption's got the tying run coming to the plate. Out comes Coach Chris Carty.
Deep breath. Here we go. Just going to hang out you and I'm going to tell you, hey, this, you're fine. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to bring Krantz in, and we're going to close it up.
Baseball going to be taken.
Good job, Zach.
All I want you to do is throw strikes, Nick Krantz.
Will Krantz coming into this.
Will Krantz, excuse me.
A shortstop. Second time now that Coach Carty has pulled his shortstop to come over and going to end the thing.
And the second time he's had to tear his TV tape off to come pitch.
This is going to be the third arm that Assumption will see. Words came out of the bullpen for Eddie Van Camp, who started this whole thing. Will Krantz now coming in now. It was Central who took game 1 3-1. They're leading at 3-0 here in the second as the junior coming in for his second time today. Krantz getting a final couple of warm-up throws in. He'll be facing the 2-3-4 part of the order. Ryan Walls, Nick Gatilla, and Seth Adrian all going to be coming up.
Wohlers could leave the house 1 pitch. Big, strong dude, football player. Stiff breeze kind of crossing.
Put a charge in this one. Good swing at it. Put a good swing at it, bud. Base hit, one at a time here.
Righty-righty matchup. Just 1 out. That's all Will Krantz needs. There's strike 1. Assumption waiting until they get one, and Ryan Wohlers now has one. Base hit coming up his last time for Wohlers in the 6th. This time missing, the count evens. Don't know anything about Davenport Assumption. They're not going to go down without a fight.
Exactly. You just took the words out. No, not on your best day.
The 2-1. Down and out. This one's going to get away for the catcher, and both are going to be able to move into scoring position. To third goes Weilers, Metivier that is, and then Levy goes over to second.
And if I'm Wohlers, this ball has to be center cut, 1 spot, or I'm taking it.
Ball outside, loads the bases, and now that tied run is out of the base paths. Bases loaded for 3-hole man Nick Gatilla, sorry. Nick Gatilla coming to the plate. 3-hole man.
Come on, Nick. Put your hands through it. Let's go, bud.
Central needs just 1 out. Well, Assumption needs just 4 runs to win this game at the bottom of the 7th as this one fouls back.
Good cut here.
Let it fly right there.
All right, be smart.
Shooting for the shortest part of the ballpark. Ball, that was a ball, though.
Up and out. Yeah, nowhere to put him for Will Krantz. Whew. 2 strikes. Assumption down to their last and final strike. 3 of them out there, 2 down at a 1-2 count. Back into the box goes Gatilla. Here's the pitch. Bit of a check swing. Not quite.